Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey, and oh wow, sorry I'm late. Took a shower and man, my skin, damn it. No, Kyler, the stairs didn't win. I've stayed off of them because I've been a little bit dizzy today. As I mentioned, I did go get medicine for my ear and as things get back to normal, it's making things crazy. Anyway, speaking of crazy, we should talk about some stuff going on the YouTubes the last few days. Man. Andy Warski was Canadian swatted. We talked about that briefly yesterday. Some cops showed up at his house and apparently asked if they could search his house for weapons because somebody had called and said he was going to kill some people. Yeah, and the rumor is that it is Ian Miles Chong, or Ian Miles Chong, or however the fuck you say his name. Still gray over on the Twitter machine. I don't know Ian. I've seen him around, and I've seen him jump from camp to camp to camp to camp, depending on what suits his need. So I can't say it didn't happen. What is interesting to me is the story about Andy's channel having gay porn uploaded as its thumbnails. There's only a couple of ways that could have happened if Andy did it himself. Andy has 4 goddamn administrators on his channel. 4 fucking administrators. Don't do that. Well, counting him. So him and 3 other people, which include Ian Miles Chong, some dude I've never heard of, and Geek Thulu. Now, Anthony Vogel says, anything tangible or just rumors? Well, that's the weird part. I mean, it's hard to get anything tangible on a swatting call. And on Mr. Medicare's stream today, he suggested Andy asking the police if they could have a copy of that call. And that would be, that's what I would ask. 3 admins seems excessive. I agree, Zero. Yeah. Nobody has access over my channel but me. Lady Monkey doesn't even have it. Because, I mean, I could give it to her. I trust her, but we've been together 25 years. That's a little bit different than somebody you just met 2-3 months ago, or in this case, even a couple of years ago, and only know them through the internet and can watch as they fuck other people over. I mean, what the fuck are you thinking? But yeah, I would just parrot what Medicare said, and Andy, stop giving people, or stop doing business deals. If you want to collab with somebody or have somebody on your channel, have them on your show. What the hell? I mean, not everything has to be a goddamn business deal. We talked about this yesterday about, if you're going to do a business deal, treat YouTube like a business. Actually get a contract, a real binding contract with laws that are set up like Ian/Ian, whatever the fuck his name is in Malaysia. Make sure that whatever contract you sign is good there too. If you're going to do a deal with fucking Ian Miles Chong, if you're going to do business deals, do business deals. Don't do, hey, you're my friend, let's make money together, because that does not work. Stacy says, not to mention your wife would troll you. And this is true, because she's like that. Biting Chicken says, no, that was Chris. Who was Chris? Monkey, are you sure she might not upload more of your horse jokes? I know she would. My wife is, she has a sense of humor. Without anything tangible, I would treat anything Andy says with great skepticism. Well, the tangible part is who has access to his Twitter. He posted a picture of it, or to his account, which he posted a picture of. Connor Johnson, thank you so much. We got hit with a huge snowstorm here in Wisconsin. Yeah, we're getting hit with it as I speak. It was supposed to move in between midnight and 1, and it is on its way, and it needs to hurry up and just get the fuck over with. I don't mind that we're going to have a snowstorm. I just want it to be done with. Last I heard, we were supposed to get up to a foot, and last I checked, it was minus 11 out there. Fuck that. Oh damn, I don't have it on live chat because YouTube needs to fix their shit. I love that it gives us a warning. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. We're going to get into your fucking community guidelines here in a minute. Because there's really not a lot more to go over with the Warski thing other than some fucked up shit is happening. And guys, all you got to do is not do stupid shit on the internet. It is amazing to me how many of these IBS rejects, that's what I'm going to call them, rejects, still trust each other. Still fucking trust each other. I don't understand why they would at this point. It's fucking weird. How many times do you have to watch these guys fuck each other over before you realize maybe you shouldn't trust them? I'm not saying you can't be friends with them, but why in the fuck would you go into business with them? In any capacity, give it, whether it's actually starting a gaming channel like Warski and Chong supposedly did, or whether it's why just stop, run your own channels, and if they come on your channel, great, that's more attention for you, and if you want to throw them some shekels because they've been there a bunch, fine, do that. But why in the fuck would you keep making business deals with these idiots that's not down on paper? You've watched for more than a year as they do nothing but continually fuck each other over. That's what they do. Tennessee Marine says, trust nobody. Indeed. I look, you can trust people somewhat, but that's entirely up to you what that somewhat means. Hey, Jack, you want to come hang out? But when you've watched somebody repeatedly fuck somebody over, trusting, I don't get it. It's like, oh, it was just that person was bad. Oh, and that person was bad. It's kind of the ex-girlfriend thing. You ever see this where a woman will get with a dude who was a shitbag, and the ex-girlfriend will be like, look, this guy beat me. This guy was controlling. This guy, blah, blah, blah. And it's always, well, he won't do that with me. She was just a cunt. She was just a bitch. That's what every fucking time. And that's what's going on here. You see these guys, and even when it's people who've already fucked them over, we're seeing that with Failure right now. I'm sorry, guys. I've watched Failure sit there and agree with Tonka on all of the shit that you guys are now giving him a pass for agreeing on. He was the goddamn yes man. You guys made the jokes. Tell him, Failure. Did Failure ever go, no, that ain't right? How often did he do that? He may have, for fuck's sake, just, go around. Hey, Jack, how you doing, man?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, awesome. Fucking external speaker screwed me over again.
Yeah, we heard something like, God damn it, when you joined.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm wrapping up with this Ian Andy thing.
I don't even know what's going on. I've been kind of out of things lately.
Ian and Andy had a channel together. They've had a falling out because Andy saw in Failure's DMs that Vamp made a comment, how long until Warski realizes me and Ian are still talking, which made Andy lose his mind because talking obviously means feeding information. And with the way it's said, I mean, yeah, it kind of sounds that way. Otherwise, why would it matter?
Andy's kind of got a right to be a little paranoid at this point, though.
He does, but he's not paranoid enough.
No, he's too trusting.
Way too trusting. Look, Andy, do your stuff on your channel. People come on, great for you. Stop making business deals with people who are going to fuck you over in the end. People you've seen fuck other people over and over and over and over.
Yeah, at this point, the only person he should trust is Chris.
Oh, no, those two had a big falling out.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I have never been able to find exactly what happened. I've heard that people say that Andy owed him a bunch of money, and I've heard people say that he took a bunch of money from Andy. I don't know what actually happened. I just know neither one of them like each other anymore.
Wow, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened there, but at this point, just do your own channel, Andy. If you want to show up on other people's things, that's cool, but don't make deals about it. Just be like, hey, I'm here. Nice to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you're on your channel and they want to come by, that's how you do it. Jesus fucking Christ. How many times do people have to get screwed before you get it?
Apparently quite a few. Well, like, I don't get this because, like, when people come on your channel, you let us show our Streamlabs.
Yes.
You're not promising us money.
No.
That's dumb and weird.
I don't make enough to promise you guys money. Let's see. Chris took a year off and was still taking money from the business account. Like I said, I've never seen that. I've heard people tell me both things, that Andy owed him money and Chris owed him money. I honestly don't know. I don't know. The other big thing going out on YouTube is Vegan Gains got banned.
Yeah.
Now, I want to be clear here. I think Vegan Gains is a dickhole. I think I've made that pretty obvious, my feelings on this man. I've done a video about him. I've argued with him one-on-one. Guys, speaking of Streamlabs, don't forget to support Jack there with his Streamlabs. He's become quite the contributor to the show.
Jack's poor.
Jack's poor. Throw him some shekels. Anyway, so me and Vegan Gains, we know how I feel about him, right? I do not support this man losing his channel, especially the way he lost his channel. He didn't lose his channel because he made another video about, wanting to shoot somebody or doing the knife to the throat very dramatically. He lost it because of videos that are old. He lost it over old videos. They struck down an old video and that was it. Boom, you're gone. These are videos that have been up on his channel for years. I think this is bullshit. YouTube just made a video not too long ago. It came out on the 22nd, where they're talking about how they're going to finally be enforcing their community guidelines properly and consistently is what they actually said. That
believe that when I see it.
Yeah, no fucking shit. But in it, they actually say, look, with these new guidelines, maybe some people didn't realize they'd broken before, and you've had this stuff up for years, and we don't want to punish you necessarily for that. So what we're going to do is we'll take videos down that violate the TOS rather than giving you a strike. And you know what? I'm cool with that. If they want to look through my library and go, okay, this video, yes, we've let it be up for a year, but it is against the guidelines. We're going to take it down. Cool.
Yeah, I watched that video you linked on Twitter, and it sounded like on paper that's a good idea. They're going to take it down, send you an email, say, hey, we took this video down. Here's why.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to do that.
We know they're not going to because they just fucked Vegan Gains with it.
Yep.
And again, guys, you know me. I'm not doing this just because me and him are good pals. I think this is fucking retarded. This is going to hurt a whole bunch of creators if they actually do it. And the funny thing is, most of their focus in that video was on pranks. He kept bringing up pranks. And there's a whole lot of those pranks out there that, by their own guidelines, should have gotten channels terminated a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
We saw that one that the Poisoning the Well guys did, and then I did a video about it, and then they did a second video about it, where it's basically a wife and a husband pretending to rape each other because of those little packets of pills you can get at gas stations that are supposed to make the women and men's go wild. And so they sneak them into their drink, and then that person becomes basically a rapist. That's still apparently okay. And they're if they deem that bad, they'll just take it down and won't give them a strike. But Richard, who's had these fucking videos up for years, and suddenly now, nope, sorry, you got to lose your whole channel over it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's something more to that, or if they're just being douchebags to him, because he seems like he's got the right political leanings.
Well, he doesn't actually. The only place that Vegan Gains tends to be left really is when it comes to veganism. He's done anti-SJW videos before.
Just got a Streamlabs from Terry. Monkey said to give you shekels. Planning a trip to Israel. Not yet, but if you guys keep donating, maybe.
There you go. I don't know why. I just like the sound of shekels. Maybe we need another name for donating. Throw them some bitches.
Asians, yes, some Asian bitches.
Throw them some Asian bitches. There we go. Mr. Dax says YouTube is a douchebag to everyone. Okay, yes, but they definitely have their political leanings. They absolutely have their political leanings. Thank you so much, Peter. I am making my $5 your $5. I thank you for that. That's very kind of you. I don't support channels being taken down. I think it's a dick move. There are some that I do, like Daddy of Five. I had no problem with that shit being taken down. You're talking about beating,
flagrant abuse. Yeah,
you're beating children. Yeah. Or in the one video, having your child beat another child. That's yeah, fuck you. Vegan Gains being a little melodramatic about how much he doesn't like somebody. Yeah, it was douchey, but worthy of losing his channel. No, just take that. You guys left this up literally for years. Literally years. And I'm not saying that's the video that did it. I don't know which one it was. I did send Vegan Gains a message of support and let him know that if there's anything I can do to let me know, and I will help along.
I'll eat a cheeseburger in solidarity for him.
There you go. I'm sure he appreciates it. But I tweeted at YouTube and YouTube creators already, because I mean, you can't do this shit. You can't decide we're finally going to enforce our rules and then be like, oh, by the way, all of you who've broken the rules so far, we're gonna get rid of you. By all means, take down the videos. If you find one like, okay, this is wrong, we're taking it down, take it down. But they need to set a limit. Like, go back to the first of this year and go, anything after this, strikes are going to appear. Anything before this, no. And actually, they could probably go back to the middle of last year, because everybody knew by then that they were cracking down on this shit.
Yeah.
But give us a date. Don't be for fuck's sake. This is what worries me about YouTube. I don't give a shit about their political leanings. I really don't. It's they're retroactive. Oh, by the way, we are going to enforce this rule suddenly.
It's because it's inconsistent.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a really big donation from Jaeger Pony. Make sure to see Masada.
That's for your Israel trip.
Yeah, thanks, man. That was really nice donation. Appreciate that. But yeah, man, it's the inconsistency really builds fear and resentment. People don't know what the rules are, so they can't abide by them, and it makes them fearful, and everybody's content suffers then.
Well, and it's even, this is the part that gets me, going back in time. If I make a video tomorrow where I know I'm breaking all the rules and I get struck down for that, okay, I get it. But when you strike me down for something I did 2 years ago that you've had no problem with for 2 fucking years, I have a problem with that. That seems fucked up to me.
Yeah.
And going forward, you're right. Going forward, that's where the inconsistency part starts to hit you. Because it is funny to me that he actually said in that video that they're going to work on consistency.
Well, they're obviously not working real hard on it because I don't know. This just makes the platform look incompetent.
It is incompetent. Real quick, thank you, thank you, Froggy. Yes, Froggy. My birthday is April 22nd. I talked to my internet provider, AT&T, today. I bug them every couple of months, asking them, you know, are you guys doing anything to fix your fucking crappy shit in my area? And for the first time, they told me they actually have technicians working in this area on the nodes. So hopefully, hopefully I will have better internet soon. And yeah, I will not just be on YouTube. I don't know where else I'll be, but I would like dual stream on Streamlabs or Streamy, and anywhere else I can think of, just because I don't trust YouTube. I have no faith in them.
Well, I don't have faith in their ability to stay consistent. Like, I like YouTube. It's a great platform when they work, but when it doesn't work, then the flaws are very evident. And like, I've got a BitChute account for my comic stuff, and it is incredibly easy to upload. It's not as in depth. You can't do as much. There's a very restrictive guidelines to it, but it's a decent platform, and it could do better. There's a lot of good people on there that have their backup channels on there. Like Six Sextonhammer is one of the biggest ones on there. So if you're just doing videos, I would definitely set up a backup channel there. And Stream Me has been really good to a lot of people, especially Ralph Retort.
Well, see, for me, like uploading videos over there would, right now, and until I get better internet, it's not going to help me, because that's just more download time or upload time.
Yeah.
And my uploads suck so much. Hey, Polly, how you doing, man? You want to come hang out? I understand if you're sick and don't want to, or if you just don't want to, that's cool too. But yeah, I want to do that. I want to, and if they're actually working in this area, I don't know how long it takes to upgrade nodes. I'm not that kind of computer guy. I can build my own computer. Speaking of which, yesterday, Jaeger Pony gave me a nice donation to buy my RAM. I mentioned how much it would cost, and he gave me that amount, and I ordered it yesterday. Nice. So Wednesday I will have my 16 gigs instead of this measly 8 that keeps causing me problems. It's only a problem when it's me and Satsu gaming mostly.
Yeah.
Because if I try to do anything else, it just freezes. And I do get a couple of freezes now and then here on Chrome. Like if I try to bring up pictures, sometimes it will just shut down everything. Like, Chrome doesn't accept what you're trying to do right now. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Chrome fucks up all the time on me.
Yeah.
When we're streaming, it'll randomly lag. Like there'll be like 5 seconds where I hear nothing.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. And the other problem I have a lot with, everybody wants me to use my Discord more. Everybody's like, use your Discord. I'll be able to do that. I'll try to remember. But one of the reasons I don't like Discord is it's not optimized. And there are times when it will just bring your whole system to a fucking crawl. And I know it's that because I can see it in the fucking the manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, hello, Lurkers, says Nuts. Nuts, how you doing, sweetheart? But yeah, this vegan gains thing, man. I'm not gonna work. People keep wanting me. I'm sorry, I keep talking. People keep wanting me like I'm some fucking amazing dude. But I get a lot of requests. Let's put it that way. For the Dear Dumbass series.
Yeah, that's classic.
I stopped the Dear Dumbass series because by that, I think it was 4th or 5th one where I stopped. That's where YouTube first came out and said, we're going to start enforcing our rules more. And technically, my Dear Dumbass series is against the rules.
Yeah.
Because I am being insulting to somebody. How you doing, Dax? Welcome to the show, sir. You're late.
No, you're early.
You're late.
I'm early by 1 minute.
No, I was.
Thank you. Yeah, fine. Take my yen. I will. Thank you.
No, I was late.
No.
Ask the audience. I was late.
No.
Tarkata, hi. Nice to see you. Semi-lurker. You're right, Dax. I went a little bit early. I've been jonesing all day to stream.
15 minutes. Not even.
Relax. Let it happen. I'm just saying, I've been jonesing all day.
I know, because Satsu abandoned you for Resident Evil.
He did. And I didn't know it until he started playing. And I was like, what the fuck?
I knew you'd do that. I thought you would have known.
Well, the last he told me was on Lords of the Night. And he told me, we'll play 7 Days to Die. And I'll just play this at other times. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no. When a new game comes out that he's excited for, don't expect to see him for a week.
Even I didn't believe him on that one.
Well, I don't mind if he wanted to play it, but like I said, it was just that was the last I heard. So I get on him at 7 o'clock. I'm ready to go. I'm like, I don't get to stream. I need to stream. I'm not upset about the game. I mean, look, shit, that's water off a duck's back. I don't care. It actually makes more sense to play the newer game for channel growth. So that's cool. But I didn't get to stream. So yeah, I was a little bit shaky, and not just because my fucking brain is fucked up. Random American says addiction confirmed. You have no idea, sir. No idea.
Dude, when you're unemployed and you're homebody, or in your case, trapped at home, there's nothing you crave more than human contact.
Indeed, yes.
And I hate people. I understand completely.
Well, I mean, like my son's fiance is upstairs with the baby, but that's upstairs. That's like risking my life to see people.
Reminded of that boulder scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark, except in reverse. Instead of you're the boulder falling down the stairs.
Random says, I have every idea. I've seen it progress. It used to be that Lords of the Night was enough. And then I needed to get that other opinion out. And again, this isn't something I blame Scribe for. He was absolutely right to move us on that night. But I had more to say. And once I had that more to say and put it out there, it's like, I still have more to say. There's a beat. We are stream. There's a beast in me.
There's another format called video.
It's again, when I get the new arm, that should be a lot easier to do. But until then, man, my mic sits off to the right of me. And in order to make videos, I have to get right up on it. I have to turn my chair in this weird ass position, sit straight up so that I'm right on the mic. And it's painful to me. After I made my last video, I'm not kidding, guys. For about half an hour, I couldn't control my fingers.
Damn, dude.
No, it fucking hurts. And with the new boom, I should be able to place it right in front. If my dimensions are correct, I should be able to have it literally right in front of my face, which will help out tons. Monkey, time to intervene. Intervene with what?
Your addiction.
There's no reason to intervene. People like my addiction.
He can quit whenever he wants.
I could. Or like if I can't pay my internet bill.
Yeah.
And then I would just sit here pretending to stream.
That imagery is kind of sad.
I know. But Sean says no pain, no gain. Phew.
Well, no vegan gains.
Yeah, poor man. I feel bad for him. I really do. Because I do know that's like his income.
Yeah. And that sucks that it can just be yanked away like that without any notice whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, and that's over old fucking videos. Over shit they've allowed forever. Fuck you. Look, YouTube, fix your shit. Look, if the video is more than a year and a half old, and you decide that it's against your rules, just pull it down. Stop fucking striking people for that shit. Just pull it down.
Well, I think they just do not understand that they've given some of these moderators way too much power. And that it's actually hurting the public image of their platform.
It is.
Because when you take someone's favorite creator down, you're not just hurting the creator, you're hurting the fans too. And it builds resentment. I know a lot of people that really have kind of given up on YouTube, and they're like, yeah, I liked YouTube, but everybody I liked is gone.
Yeah. Real quick, thank you, SJ Jar Jar Binks. Monkey has a streaming and action. I think he means addiction. I believe that was a speech to text thing there. And yes, I do have a streaming addiction, but it's okay. Like Jack said, I can quit anytime I want to. Let me put it this way, YouTube. YouTube, I want you to listen to me for just a moment. When you have the ranting monkey defending vegan fucking gains, you fucked up. You done fucked up.
Yeah, I dislike that guy intensely, but what happens? Bullshit.
Yeah. And I think he's a piece of shit that tried to murder a dog, but I don't think he has ill intentions toward people. He just has anger management issues.
He does. And like I said, I mean, our interaction it's well documented. We don't like each other, but come on. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like Jack just said, you're not just pushing people away who are making the bad content, the content that's inappropriate for your platform. Go fuck yourselves. You're pushing away the people who like watching it. Yeah. Let's see. Valerie says, I watch more and more Twitch because YouTube is getting ridiculous. Well, the problem with Twitch is they have actually more strict rules than we do over here. It just they're almost as bad about enforcing them. Monkey flopping around his e-dick again. My e-dick doesn't flop. It's hard as a motherfucker. That hit you in the teeth and knock them right out.
You're not Weibo.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, seriously, you have me defending him. What does that tell you, for fuck's sake? Oh, anyway, yeah. I hope he gets it, Richard. I hope they get your channel fixed because I do think this is utter bullshit. And,
yeah, it's probably somebody with a personal grudge against him. You know, well, one of the reviewers has got a hard on for whatever he did in the past.
If you go back and you find his video where he's talking about killing Destiny, I think it was, and you judge that by today's standards, okay, I can see it. If he did that today, yeah, I'd be like, dude, you know the rules. But you're talking about when the rules were so subjective that it literally didn't matter what you said.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, hey, Kim, let me stream and I'll suck your dick. There you go. Let me get the actual, what's it called? Clip for you. There you go. Who's talking about you, Jimmy? We've talked about this, Weibo. It's not a Jimmy. You just have a abnormally large clit, and they may be able to shave that down for you so it doesn't poke out in your pants. Monkey, you're high on meds again, and you're having a moment of insanity. No. I'm clear. The only thing I got up out of bed earlier, around 6. It was just about time for dinner, and I tried walking to the stairs, and I kept banging off the walls, and I got to the stairs, and my face, I just hit the side wall of the stairs with my face so hard. I have no balance right now. Diesel Dave, thank you so much. Glad I'm sitting 5 feet off the floor because shit's getting deep. Which shit are you talking about? If you're talking about YouTube shit, you might want to get a little higher.
Yeah, might need to go to the second floor.
It's insane to me, the stuff that they've allowed, and I think most of us have talked about it one time or another when we get fucked in one way or another. It's like, I got fucked, but this is still allowed. But that has always been more of a why aren't you implementing your rules properly more than, hey, you should pull them down too. And we've all seen it, and YouTube hasn't had a problem with it, and for them to retroactively fuck somebody in the ass like that is just bullshit. I mean, no matter who it is.
Yeah, like I said, consistency. They need to really explain what they're doing and be consistent about it, and have better trained staff.
Oh, yeah. Well, we saw their training materials. I mean, their training materials were a fucking joke. Thank you, Jar Jar. It's all a bad dream. There, no more bad touch. You know, I had a really erotic dream after dinner. It's actually what woke me up. I woke up like, whoa, that was weird. I don't have erotic dreams very often anymore. I'm in my 40s, and I actually dream about sleeping.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Sitting there dreaming about taking a nap, man. So Dax, how you been today, man?
I'm fine. Had a surprise visit from the boss, but I'm fine.
Surprise? Oh, at work?
Yeah, she showed up and didn't warn me she was coming, and I felt like she was kind of spying on me. She was there for a different reason, but it's fucking annoying.
She didn't get mad at you, though, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did she show you a titty?
Ha! I don't want to see that.
Look, man, if your boss wants to show you your titty, you always look at it.
No, because then you have to pretend like you appreciate it.
You do appreciate it. You appreciate that she's showing you a titty instead of firing you.
Ha! No.
Well, some things are better when you're fired. You're not scarred with the memory of some pancake titty on a middle-aged fat woman, you know?
Hey, look, pancake titties need love too.
Not for me, they don't.
I'm not saying you have to get it, but they need to feel like they're loved. They need to feel like somebody out there appreciates that there's a pancake titty in the world that was directed at them. And what you do is you just, hey, I'm not really interested in touching that. I wish you'd put it away. But thank you so much for sharing with me.
I am not going to flip your flapjack, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what I like about Asians. Very few of them have pancake titties.
Well, that's because very few of them have titties.
But they have delightful A cups.
No.
Yeah, they have. Did you have a mastectomy titties? Look, horrible bosses lied to you. Not everyone's rapey female boss is Jennifer Aniston. Look, I've had rapey female bosses before. And yes, you're right. Not all of them are Jennifer Aniston. But all you do is make sure you're never alone in them with a room, and you're fine.
They're never good looking.
No, they're not. Because, I mean, if they were, they wouldn't have to be rapey.
True. Oh, Bear's in the chat. Hi, Bear.
Bear, how you doing, man? You been raped by a female boss lately? And for those of you who are wondering, yes, I am suggesting that sexual harassment from a female boss is okay. I don't want there to be any, I don't want people to be confused about what I'm saying here. You grab them by the titty, pull down, and twist. Now, see, no, that's how you get fired, man. And then they'll say, he pulled my titty, and they won't tell the rest of the story, and they'll make sure that video is gone. So what you do is you just don't go in the office with them.
Except for me, I know that she can't access computers for the security cameras like I can, so she can't delete shit.
I'm just saying, if she shows you her titty, say, "Why, thank you. Why, thank you. I'm not interested, but thank you." That is the proper response to sexual harassment from a female boss. I can't talk about it from the other side because I'm not a woman, but yeah, I feel like that's okay.
Oh no, it's usually the my experience with this, which I have an abnormally large amount of, is that it's usually the sad shamus that want to show you their boobs, or the ones with like mustaches and stuff. It's never like
it's not like their titty has a mustache.
It might.
No,
you don't know.
Sometimes they have areola hair, and that's creepy and weird.
Latina women do.
Well, just don't pay that much attention. Look at it and then look away. You just have to be nice.
I have a lot of trouble with that part.
I'm just saying, look, that's how you get ahead. That's how you become her boss, and then you smack her for ever showing you her titty. Not physically slap, because that's against the law. And I don't want this stream to get taken down. But yeah, I have no problem with a woman showing you her titty. Thank you, Diesel Dave. I had a dream last night that I was driving through Northern California and couldn't slow my truck down and flew off a cliff. I woke up with my heart pounding. That was your subconscious telling you you're becoming an SJW for driving into California. We talked about that last night.
Maybe he was in a hurry to get out of California, and he was trying to see if he could fly out.
That could be true. Man. Did you see Kamala Harris entered the race today?
Yeah. So dumb.
And she played the black card.
Of course she did.
She let me get the quote. Hi, Polly, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, goddamn good, actually.
Good.
Polly, if you're sexually harassed by a female boss, that's okay, right?
Okay. I have been. It was really mild. It was no big deal. I got the fuck over it. No, it's not okay because it's total hypocrisy, but yes, it is okay because that's the way the world works.
I got sexually harassed when I was in college. I worked in a library, and one of the graduate students decided she liked me, and she was a rather large woman who had paper clips that orbited her. And she had like this fine hair around her face that would have looked like a beard if it had been darker, but it was sort of like this blondish facial hair that was like a Sasquatch pelt. So she would corner me in the stacks and try and grab my junk. Now, I'm a rather large individual, but I was wily enough to get out of there most of the time, and she'd try and snuggle up next to me, and she had the breath of a rotting tuna.
Oh.
So she would try and get up close to me and like make these lewd suggestions. I blacked out most of them because, it was a very traumatic experience. So when I complained, they didn't know what to do because I was the first male to ever complain about sexual harassment in the workplace in the history of the university.
Real quick, thank you, Diesel Dave. Polly is wrong.
Well, just real quick, Ebony Williams said it's not okay, Polly. Don't let
it is okay.
Be a bad influence. It's okay in the sense that it's. I mean, it's not. It's accepted. I mean, it's not supposed to be okay. Would I have made like the biggest fucking deal in the world out of it? Because Wade happened to me. She grabbed my ass a few times and tried to kiss me once, and I was like, "Hey, yo, look, I'm not interested." And that didn't stop her because she grabbed my ass again and then tried kissing me, and I was like, I don't know how else to say this, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings because this is my boss, right? You know what I mean? I said, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or whatever, but like I said, I'm honestly not interested, and I have a girlfriend, and I really don't think she'd be happy with this. And that wasn't true at the time, but whatever. And, it wasn't the biggest deal in the world. Like, I mean, whatever, it was over with. And no, she didn't like ruin my job because of it or anything like that. That was it. It was a couple awkward moments after that, but no, it's not okay. But like, I know some people that would have like brought down holy hell upon the entire business for something like that happening. Like if it had been a man doing that to a female employee, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. And I said that a little bit ago. I'm not sure how it should be handled when it's a woman and the man is the boss. But when it comes to a female boss and you're the dude, you just be like, no, I'm not interested. Thank you so much. In your case, Jack, with the tuna breath, you should have brought her a nice mint chocolate cake or mint chocolate cookie, something with mint in it. That would have helped. Secretly give her a shaving kit. Thank you, Diesel Dave. How can you tell when Polly is wrong? He's talking.
Ouch.
That's harsh, Dave. That's harsh.
But I think Diesel Dave is a brilliant man.
Which he says he thinks you're wrong. So if he's a brilliant man, he's right.
This is confusing.
You see what I'm saying? He's gotten himself into a conundrum here.
I think you've gotten yourself into one too.
No. See, I think he's a brilliant man, but if he thinks I'm wrong, then he can't believe that of himself.
But if you think he's right, then if you think he's a brilliant man, then him saying you're wrong is correct.
No, but his belief that I'm always wrong doesn't affect the rightness or the wrongness of what I think about what I'm saying. That's his perception.
Don't get into an argument with a damn poly major. God damn it.
I'm just saying.
You're right. Although you're wrong.
But although from Diesel Dave's perspective, I'm wrong. Yes.
Yeah. So I think you don't have to bang your female boss who's hitting on you. I mean, you can tickle her nipple a little bit, and then you're good. You'll get a raise, and she'll go home feeling good about herself. Everybody wins. There's no harm there.
See, Peter's right. Polly is a cool motherfucker. What's up with the hate? Yeah. What's up with the hate?
Uh-huh.
So thanks for the strong affirmation there, Dax. I was really appreciated.
You're welcome.
It was definitely genuine sounding. That's great.
A little bit earlier, Sean said, "How dare you bring on Polly before Bear?"
Bear's got the invite. He always does.
Polly was here before Bear was. That's why Polly got the what's it called? Invitation. When Dax showed up, I had just sent this to Polly.
Speaking of invitations and things of that sort. Okay.
Sure.
I'm curious, and from Chad as well. I don't know if you've noticed, but I tend to show up to Monkey in the Morning sometime around 20 to 40 minutes after you started streaming, because that's when I get the notifications. I never get them like a minute after you start. How the fuck? Twitter. Say it again? I'm sorry.
Go on Twitter. We announce it on Twitter almost every time.
Yeah, Twitter's where you'll see it first. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten a notification. I saw it on Twitter.
I usually get notifications. It's weird because my Windows 10 notifies me of people I'm following on YouTube, like in its own little separate section, so I don't even have to be on YouTube to see it.
Thank you, Diesel Dave. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. And Chaos Eve responding to my
and Discord. Yeah, Star likes to show us there too. Sorry.
My instructions on how to deal with a boss like that. Says, or you give her the wrong impression and she keeps harassing you. No. When you tickle her nip, you go, look, I have a girlfriend. I'm not really interested. I'm flattered, but I'm sorry. And that way, unless she hears you talk about how you broke up with your girlfriend, or she's really slutty, she's going to be like, okay, I respect that. Now, she might be really slutty and be like, I don't care. I still want to suck your dick. And then what you do is you find a dark corner. And make sure that there's like no cameras at all there, so you can always deny it, and you let whatever happens happen.
Huh?
What?
I just listening.
This is how you deal with sexual harassment.
This sounds more like how lawsuits happen.
Yeah.
She said it happened.
Me too. Hashtag me too.
Is that what you say in the dark corner with no cameras?
Indeed, yes. Oh, yeah. Just let it happen. That's what she'll be saying to you.
No,
look, you get your dick sucked and she goes away. You're fine.
No, what you're gonna be hearing is, and then, Your Honor, that's when he told me, shh, just let it happen.
And you'll be like, there were no cameras there. Bitch lying.
No. Here's what you do. You make it weird for her, and when she's sucking your dick, you start crying and say, I'm sorry, Uncle Jimmy.
Oh my God!
Right as you nut, and then it'll be weird.
Diesel Dave, thank you so much. Man up and cram it up her ass. Yeah, I mean, there's that too. There's ways you can make it like weird for her so that she doesn't want it again. I wouldn't go as far as Jack's uncle thing, but
it's funny.
That's how you make it extra weird. I'm sorry, Jack's uncle.
When look, you tell her, look, I'm flattered, and then you tickle the nip a little bit. And you go, but I'm previously engaged. And if that doesn't back her off, then you go into that dark corner and you tell her, look, I only do butt stuff. And if that doesn't back her off, well, then you get to do some butt stuff with your boss.
Yeah, but then she's got a strap on, and you're going to be in pain all
week. No.
Oh, you meant the
other way.
Oh,
the other way.
Oh. Vortex says Jack is a genius. I agree.
You are. You absolutely are. That's a great way to do it. Right as you say something horrible that will make her never want to put it in her mouth again. I don't know how we got onto dealing with sexual harassment.
Speaking of subject change, I wasn't here for the beginning. So what happened to the SWAT on Warski?
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. I want to hear about the SWAT on Warski as well. But you're trying to tell me that this whole sexual harassment in the workplace thing didn't come out of a story? You just like generated it on your own?
I don't know how it happened. I honestly don't.
We just sort of ended these conversations.
I had assumed it had come out of a story you read.
No, it was because of Dax telling us about his day.
Yeah, because my boss made an unexpected visit.
And I took that and made it dirty.
Oh, yeah. That's mean. But
I think we're really burying the lead here. Canada has SWAT teams.
Hey, Dax, will you send Tail the stream?
Oh, sure. I like that Scottish bastard. Might as well.
And Monkey, God damn it, Bear, you are invited, dude. So they don't really have SWAT teams. Andy got a knock on his door, and a couple of cops came in and said, "Look, we got a report that you're going to shoot people." So he gave them permission to search his house.
Mistakes were made.
Never give permission to search your house.
Well, get
a warrant.
Him and Tail, that picture's still there, and I forgot about it. Fucking, he tricked me every time I send a message.
That's why I don't send him. That's why I don't send him messages, because there's ball sacks in my fucking DMs from him.
Oh my god, I hate you sometimes.
But no, I get what you're saying, Jack, but I don't know if Canada has the same warrant laws.
Probably not. Fucking Canada.
But you do have to appreciate, it was Canada, so it's not like he got a SWAT team in his fucking house. He just got a...
You guys keep saying that.
Hello?
It's just like, hold on, look. What is it you fucking want?
What is that? Is that their
a whole bunch of guys? No, that's their fucking SWAT team in Montreal, for example. A fucking armored vehicle, a whole bunch of guys with M4s and armored up the ass. Like,
that seems a bit excessive for a bunch of Frenchies.
What did you think they were going to show up with? Pop guns?
Well, they did. They basically showed up with Nerf guns to search his house.
Yeah, but obviously they didn't take it very seriously. You just scroll through the images. Like, it goes on and on. Like, just doing a fucking image search on Canadian SWAT teams. It looks pretty like, holy fuck, here they are in Vancouver.
I think that's...
Wait, was that dude wearing no shoes? Wait, hang on.
What?
Oh, no, he's just got on like some gray shoes. All right.
Yeah, I think this is just for propaganda purposes, and they actually show up like Dudley Do-Right backwards on a horse.
Monkey, Twitter DM.
What's that?
Twitter DM.
Twitter DM. Anyway.
There was my point being is like, yeah, okay, as I understand it, there's still some cops throughout the UK who don't carry guns. I would still be expecting a full-on fucking SWAT team, Bobby Jokes notwithstanding. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, for a swatting, this was a very mild swatting being the point.
Right.
They showed up. It was just police, knocked on the door. Hey, we got this report. And we have the Canadian jokes we can make there. But it's still fucked up. He got a team of cops at his house because he pissed off somebody. Now, we don't know for sure Ian Miles Chong did it. But Ian has said that he's swatted before, or at least is taking credit for getting that dog killed.
That's shitty.
Yeah, the police flashbanged a dog and blew its head up or something.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, and he's taking credit for that on stream, and
Jesus.
Yeah. They have tactical armored moose.
Hi, Gutenberg. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
What's up?
Good. Real quick, Diesel Dave, thank you. I live in a cinder block house with reinforced door. Good luck. Oh, there you go. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Goop?
Oh, I was just asking how you guys doing. How'd you guys Sunday night?
Oh, it wasn't bad, man. Wasn't bad.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
How's yours?
Pretty good, dude. What are you guys talking about? I heard a little. I caught a little bit of it, but
we're talking about Warski getting. I'm using air quotes. Swatted.
Oh, I saw a little bit of that with that fucking the Asian guy, the Malaysian dude.
Right? Ian Miles Chong is supposedly to blame, but we don't know for certain. Diesel Dave says, "Good. Thank you so much for the."
Is that true? They're blaming Chong for that?
Yes, they are.
Is
Why?
there any reason to outside of
him and Andy have got? Okay, here's the story.
Yay!
Failure accomplished, trying to save his ass from everything that he was a part of with Tonka.
Yeah, but what do you mean with save your ass? He kind of got screwed out of everything, right?
A little bit.
Well, he was Tonka's yes man the whole time.
Sure. Okay.
And so everything that Tonka said, tell him Failure. Didn't I tell you that, Failure? Every time, like, yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, trying to save his ass from that shit, went on to Warski's show and was sharing his DMs between him and Vamp Candy. And in one of the DMs, there's a DM from Vamp Candy saying, I wonder when Andy Warski's going to realize I still talk with Ian Miles Chong. And this was on January 4th when all the fight stuff was coming down and all of this stuff was happening leading up to the fight.
Right.
And so Andy immediately is like, oh my God, he was sharing my private details with them. I don't know if they were or not, but this led Andy, because Andy and Ian had been working on a channel. Right. I forget the name of it.
I forget, but it
was a gaming channel.
Yeah, someone in the chat can absolutely post it there.
Yeah, but just days before this stream with Failure, Andy, agreed to sell this channel. God bless. I'm sorry, I have a hiccups.
It's Hype Break, Monkey.
Hype Break, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
He agreed to sell Hype Break to Ian Miles Chong. Hype Break has done fairly well for itself. Andy had been making the videos for it the last month or so, 2 months, something like that.
Yeah.
But he agreed to sell it to Ian Miles Chong. Well, as soon as this whole thing came out with Vamp Candy and Failure's DM, Andy's like, fuck that. I haven't signed anything. I'm not selling that to him.
Okay.
Well, it turns out there was still a MCN involved.
Uh-oh.
And Ian went to them and got full permissions and just took over the channel.
Oh, that's douchey.
Which made Andy make a video about fuck you. And they've had a whole bunch of back and forth on Twitter. So this is all the stuff going around. And then, yeah, yesterday afternoonish, I believe it was, Andy gets this knock on the door.
Convenient.
Yeah.
Very convenient. Right.
And apparently last night or the night before, I don't know which, somebody was going through Andy's videos and changing all of his thumbnails to porn.
Whoa.
And where was the IP from? Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Kind of a little bit suspicious, right?
Real quick. Thank you, Diesel Dave. On to something else, please. We will in just a second. Just bringing the guys up to speed.
I love Diesel Dave.
There are 4 admins on Andy's channel. There's Andy, Geek Thulu, some other guy I don't know, and Ian Miles Chong. And it says the changes came from Malaysia. And as far as we know, Ian's the only one in Malaysia. So I don't know if he was the one who swatted or not. But if that part is true, he's absolutely the one who changed the thumbnails. And that's a douchey thing to do because that could get Andy's channel shut down.
Very douchey.
That's dangerous because if Andy really wanted to get like awful revenge, he would call up the Malaysian authorities and say that Ian's a drug runner, and that could get him executed.
Well,
you're not wrong.
Malaysia doesn't fuck around. Like when you go there, your passport gets stamped with a black stamp and a red line in it that says drug traffickers will be executed. And that's anybody with like a more than 2 joints, I think it is.
You're not wrong.
That's the other thing, and I don't know if anybody's done this yet, but there have been calls for people to contact the Malaysian authorities because Ian has admitted to Andy at least that he takes a shit ton of Xanax. He's come out since then and been like, "No, man, I just take what was prescribed to me." I've seen you on stream, motherfucker. Don't tell me that was prescribed.
Can we be honest and saying Malaysians are not the best Asians, right? Monkey, now listen,
hey, dude, back your mic up just a touch. You're really loud in your mic.
I'm sorry.
You're good right there.
Normally, Google fucking auto does that shit. So I apologize.
Yeah, it's all right, dude.
No, you're good. What were you saying about Malaysians?
Let me continue my racist rant. Malaysians are not the best Asians. They're not known for their, they're not known for what they manufacture or produce for the world. They're the worst of the Asians. Monkey, however, I lied to Dax and said I was not hammered.
You son of a bitch.
I know. I'm gonna pop off here in 1 minute.
Real quick, Diesel Dave, if someone got my dog killed, you'll never find the bodies. They're lucky that motherfucker didn't go John Wick on him.
Absolutely.
I've seen John Wick.
Both Faithless and Prospero have a point. It is
what they say.
It's not high tech to have a VPN and locate it out of Malaysia. The only question is who would want to do that. But it's easy as fuck to have your IP located out of wherever the hell you want it to be.
Sure, but that would mean that either Geek Thulu or the other guy, which I think is Andy's manager, was the one going through changing Andy's pictures.
I'm not aware of how. Sorry, I'm not aware of how it works with like MCNs. Like it's like the only ones who have access to it. It's like, well, can't you give somebody the passwords to have access to it as well?
You could. Real quick, thank you, Froggy. Shout out to my best friend Micah. I'm not sure how to say this. Mychia, who shared your stream with over a year ago. She loves you, and her birthday is also on April 22nd. P.S. R.I.P. Squeaky Door. Oh yeah, the Squeaky Door went away when I moved into here. Thank you, Diesel Dave, who says Goot is awesome.
Yeah, fucking goddamn right. Now listen,
I will listen if you back up your mic.
Sorry. I messaged Monkey. I apologize because I hop on here and I ruin his streams. All right, I got a little bit of an alcohol problem. I ain't gonna lie.
You need to get back off the wagon, man.
I know. But right now, everything is fine. Everything is cool. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and I'm gonna recognize the points from other perspectives. So everything is good. Everything is good. But I did lie my way on the stream, and Monkey said he's gonna kick me off. So if he kicks me off, I understand.
If you don't keep your mic away from your mouth, I will kick you off. Tailed, how you doing, man?
Good morning. I'm all right. How's it going?
Good. How do you feel about female bosses sexually assaulting you, or not? Whoa, that
what? Well,
sorry.
that went from naught to 100, and
yeah, that's escalated quickly. Your female boss is sexually harassing you.
Depends if she's hot, I guess.
Diesel Dave, thank you. You don't ruin shit talking to Gutenberg. Gutenberg, is that true?
Sure.
Is it okay if she's like a 5+?
Anything above 4.5, if you're hammered, is fine. That's green light.
Well, you shouldn't be hammered on the job, man.
Oh, on the job?
Yeah.
6.5.
Fair enough. Terry Diamandis, thank you. Get Prospero on. She can be the Goot eating his mic police. I got it.
I know.
Yeah, you're fine as long as you're backed up, man. You're not yelling or anything, but when it's right on your mouth, we get that.
Well, the thing is, Monkey, do you remember back?
You sound like a woman with a bad mic.
I know, I understand, but you remember back in the day how Google would totally automate your microphone?
Yeah, I can turn you way down if you want, but Google doesn't do it anymore. Yeah,
they don't do it anymore.
Diesel Dave, thank you. Or maybe I'm as drunk as you.
I love Diesel Dave. Diesel Dave is a fucking great American.
Stop yelling in your mic.
Okay.
Tailed.
Hello.
How hot does she have to be? Scale 1 to 10.
Tailed.
Sober. We're talking
sober, yes, because it's your boss.
Right, and it's at work.
at
But-
work.
Tails from Scotland, so you got to grade it on a curve.
Well, you also have to take into account how many layers she's wearing. I don't know. I think I probably agree with good. Probably a 6 and up. That's fine. That's perfectly acceptable.
I love the way you said it was sex and up.
6. Is it? This is
For you
SDO
Americans,
thinks
that's
that
6.
6. 6. Do I say the number 6 funny to you? Am I amused? Do I amuse you?
You do indeed, because you said sex and up. I'm like, ooh.
I said 6.
You said sex. See, you just did it again. Thank you, Diesel Dave. 6.
Sex.
Making it better.
6.
There you go. That was a 6.
Anything above 5 is completely acceptable.
Okay, well, I'm going to change it to a 7 then, just to.
I was going to say, yeah, you change it to a 5 or a 7 so that you don't accidentally bang someone you don't want to. James Colley, thank you. Drunk Gutenberg, not awesome. Sober Gutenberg, awesome. Sexual harassment by female boss, 4.5 or better sober.
You're not wrong, my dude. You're not wrong.
Well, okay, let me seriously. We're gonna get into this, I guess.
Sure.
Let's say you guys are at a Christmas party, not at the store, not where you work.
I'll fuck them all.
Gutenberg's getting herpes that night. Everyone else.
Everybody else.
Your female boss, let's say she's a 5.5. You've been drinking a little. You're not wasted. You're gonna remember everything.
Can I
5.5.
cut you off there? Does she have the power to give out raises? That's important.
Well, let's say yes, because it matters. I mean, this is your boss.
She's automatically a 7.
Shit.
But the question is she going to remember it in the morning?
It don't matter.
Well,
as long as you get the
that's
raise.
good enough. 5.5. She's your female boss. Would you do it, Jack?
All right.
Yes, probably. Yeah.
100% yes.
Gutenberg, hang on. It's not your turn. Dax.
Sorry.
No, because I love my girlfriend.
Fair enough. Gutenberg.
At least eat the box, right? That's the least you can do. Get a raise.
Polly.
I don't know. I think dignity might get in my way.
Fuck you, Polly. Eat the box.
And finally, Tailed.
Yeah, sure, because I have no shame.
There you go. James Colley, sorry, real quick. Diesel Dave first. James, you don't know what you're talking about. James Colley, thank you. Finger bang only. And thank you both for the donations there. They're dueling over whether you're an asshole, Goot.
Well, yeah, standard.
Look, if I wasn't married, hell yeah. I would bang it all night and into the morning. In the morning, be like, I didn't want to do that.
But you get the raise, so it don't matter.
Bam, raise. Diesel Dave, thank you. I'm taking video. She'll remember. There you go.
Oh yeah, always video your sexual encounters just to be safe.
And
Nothing can go wrong.
I live in a one-person state. Doesn't matter. Just film
Make
it.
sure at the beginning you're going, no, please don't. No. That way, if anything comes back, it's on her, not on you.
Yeah, just start crying during sex and be like, I don't like this, and then finish. And then
I don't know. Like Monkey, seriously, it's like everything you're describing is like a fast ticket to getting sued for sexual harassment or charged for it or whatever, man. I mean, come on.
Not if you said no.
Said what? You, the white cishet male, said no. Well, that's going
Yeah.
to carry a lot of weight.
I got the proof. Eric Peter says herpes suck. They scab too.
Eat the pussy. Stop being a bitch.
I would just tell her that I have to bang her in the ass because I'm gay.
Oh,
And
that's a
then-
good one, Jack.
That might be your out right there, and especially if she's ugly. So, but if
don't
she's
do
like
that.
a 7, then you want to make sure she's really drunk. Otherwise, she's not banging me.
I don't even know where to go with that.
Can we take a minute to tap our hat to Diesel Dave, who's been a constant donator to the stream?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dave.
Yeah, we really
Dave's
appreciate
awesome.
him here.
Dave is a long haul trucker, if I'm not mistaken, and he is
Yes,
a
yes,
fucking
he is.
hero. He is the heart blood of this country. Thank you, Diesel Dave.
I cheers.
All right,
You're doing us proud.
yeah, for the Scottish fellows out there. You can still gonna say me your grandfather's killed or what?
What?
Feel free to-
Was that ever a thing?
You were going to sell me your grandfather's kilt that was like 300 years old, right? There was a price tag on it, right?
Real quick,
Well.
Diesel Dave says, "Man the fuck up." Were you going to sell your grandfather's kilt?
I have my great grandfather's kilt, and I don't remember agreeing to selling it.
Well, there's a price point for everything, correct? I want an authentic Scottish kilt.
Hang on. Send him a lumberjack's shirt that you've turned into a skirt. He's not going to know any different.
I probably wouldn't. You're absolutely right. However, there is a price tag on everything, right? What is the price tag on your great grandfather's Scottish kilt? Because that's what I want.
I got a couple of super chats. You guys think about that for a minute. Sure. Johnny Hellcat, thank you. Montana's a 2-person state, so she'll have to be pretty intoxicated to get the okay to video. And thank you, Diesel Dave. Thank you, Goot. Thank you to both of you, gentlemen. That's awesome.
You're welcome. I'm a hero.
You're a fucking gaylord, is what you are.
I know that is. But tail feature. Back to the question at hand. What is the price tag on your great grandfather's kilt?
It's not for sale.
But if it were, there's a price tag on everything.
I kind of want to buy one now too. You probably need to start selling these.
Right.
Look, dude,
I'll open up a merch store. It'll be fine.
Not a merch store. What would it be? 100 grand? 50 grand?
Whoa.
I'm gonna take some random kilt out back, get it all muddy, clean it up, and send it to you, and it'll look all used.
No. Authentic Scottish kilt from the motherland. What would that be worth?
I don't know. I'm actually going to look it up now, though, just to see.
Can't you buy one online?
I'm sure you could, but it doesn't have the history, right? When you buy something, you want to know the background and history of everything, correct?
I will sell you an authentic kilt.
Oh, you're bullshit.
I want to buy an authentic Indian headdress. Should I call Warren?
Yeah.
Yes.
She may be a good call. Yeah. Monkey, I apologize. I am a little hammered, and I know if you.
It's okay, man. I turned you down.
Okay.
No shit, Sherlock.
Okay.
Gutenberg's drunk as usual.
All right. There you go. Alex, I liked your last video, by the way. I actually
Which one?
It. Really good. The one
Which
you put
one?
on your main channel. It was really good. About the guy, your government showing up with that guy that liked the tweet.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up shit.
Speaking of which, I'm going to put that link in the chat. Go watch it.
Frosted Glass says, "How much jeopardy would your job have to be in to give in to your mail boss?" You know what? I would just quit.
I missed the last scenario. What was it?
You're at a Christmas party for your company.
Okay.
Your female boss comes on to you, and she's a 5.5 in the looks department.
Eat the box.
Do you tap it?
Drinking, she's like an 8 now.
Exactly.
Yes.
Do you tap it?
Well, I mean, if I'm a single man, yeah, I suppose so.
Exactly. See, if I'm a single man, I tap it. I tap the front, the back, and then the top.
Eat the box at least.
Diesel Dave, thank you. I'm a Nord and Germanic. I don't know. Quit hating, Bear.
What?
I love me Diesel Dave. I love this fucking guy.
Dave's awesome, man.
Dave is among the best Americans you could ever have.
All right. Now, I did have an actual story I wanted to talk about.
Lies.
No, it's true. We started to talk about it, and then you guys wanted to talk about what happened with Andy. So, Kamala Harris has announced for 2020.
Fuck yeah.
And one of the things she said in her announcement was this: "I'm running to fight for an America where no mother or father has to teach their young son that people may stop him, arrest him, chase him, or kill him because of his race."
Well, it's a good thing people don't do that.
Not gonna happen. Sorry.
That's actually a pretty good impression.
Was it really?
It was, yeah.
Thank you.
She's the first one who's really got to inject race into this. Do you think it's going to matter, Polly?
Yeah, it'll matter. I mean, it's a card to play, and Kamala Harris is playing it. She always does. She did in California and worked out very successfully for her. And will it matter nationally? It'll matter to her base, yeah. To everybody else, no.
Well, yeah, the reason I ask is because it seems like right now everybody's on and I've mentioned this on Twitter a few times, it's a race to see who can be most Marxist. And she's bringing in this this race component. So, yeah, that's where I was curious. Go ahead.
The political realities of the situation, I don't think a lot of people talk about. It's like AOC is going to become president or is going to run for president. It's like good luck getting the whole DNC on her side. I mean, if the DNC and all of their infrastructure, i.e. money, isn't behind you, you go town to town to town and there isn't structure already there, volunteers already there who've canvassed for you and set up events and so on, right? You can't have on the ground events without that massive structure. That's why Donald Trump really wanted the Republicans to get behind him and stop this never Trump shit. Okay. Yep. That's why AOC has a very small chance of ever running for the presidency unless she radically changes what she's doing, because the DNC simply doesn't like her. I mean, look how bad Hillary wanted all the money from the DNC and wanted to push Bernie out. So anyway, back to Kamala Harris. It's a race to see who can be more Marxist. I hear the point you're making. The DNC's definitely moved towards the left. The whole party has. To the point of to have a California campaign, a set of California campaign planks in your platform? No, not that far. Environmentalism is not going to sell nationally the way that it would there. The DNC still run by the DNC still run by neoliberals, and she's not one. Is what I'm.
Goomberg, wait. Two things. One, Diesel Dave, thank you. I drove over 3 million miles. I've been doing this for 20 years. Thank you for the donation. And
really wanted to read that.
I did want to read that.
It's mine. Sorry. And Irate Bear had to leave because he had to go get the kids ready for school. See you later, bud. Thanks for stopping by.
Bear down, zero says.
Bear down.
Well, what I'm seeing, because Warren has come out in favor of taxing wealth, which is, I don't know if I've ever seen that in a national campaign that anybody took serious in my lifetime. And now we have Bernie entering the race, so he's going to try to up her.
Right.
And then Harris is kind of going old school, playing the race card.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious how it'll work. Jack, what you got thoughts on this, or are you just going to make a joke?
Well, generally, I'm sarcastic because I have nothing intelligent to say. But
indeed,
that's bullshit.
I think she's injecting the race card because she knows Hillary wants to get back in, and so they're going to each play up their intersectional aspects in order to stand out, because they think that's what personality is. They're not there because they have public speaking skills or they're knowledgeable in a certain area. They're there because of their intersectional ability. I think they honestly are going to play that.
But the problem is that's pandering to the far left. Like, that's not going to bring the center of the road Democrats.
But I don't think they've learned that from the last presidential election. I think they're honestly that far removed from the voter base that they think this is what people want.
Good. I think you've got a really good point there when you say that's not going to appeal to the center left. No, it won't. But that's not how Harris is going to appeal to the center left. She's going to appeal to the center left by being the anti-Trump, and she does that simply by being herself. She's extremely calm, cool, and collected. She's a level-headed politician. She's presidential, and that's how she's going to play to the center left. But that's going to be her attempt.
You're absolutely right, Paulie. But the center left still is the middle of the road, blue collar type dudes. Like, those are the people that voted Trump this cycle, right? They're not gonna fucking vote for a 70% tax on the wealth.
But Harris isn't asking for that. That
was AOC, and what we have, we do have was Warren talking about her. What was it? 20%, 20% on wealth over $50 million, and no, it's 2% on wealth over 20 or 50 million, and 3% on wealth over $1 billion. And Bernie's going to come in and he's going to propose something. I have a feeling he's going to propose something just as preposterous. Real quick, James Colley, thank you. To defeat Harris, just remind the right who said it was okay to attack and mock the right in public.
She's too much like Hillary Clinton, though, because she's sort of Hillary 2.0, only browner. So she's going to take a lot of that corporate money. She'll say what people want to hear, but she's going to be a corporate stooge, just like Hillary was.
And for the record, Polly, I wasn't taking a shot at Jack there. That was actually from a conversation 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
Hey, you think I'm joking about the chupacabra threat from Mexico, but it's a legit thing. We need a wall for that to stop them.
Put a wall around anime for all I give a shit.
No,
I mean, just keep in mind that the entire Democratic platform, like all of them, like all 15 of them, 20 of them that are going to be up on the dais when they're... When did a fucking stage become a dais? I missed the memo. But anyway, where they're debating, they're all going to be talking, and it's going to be formed around Donald Trump and what he's currently doing. That's what they're going to be responding to.
I think that's how it'll start, and it'll devolve into an intersectional slap fight.
I really don't think so, because if you follow the pattern of every election, it's always against the incumbent, right? It's like, think about how every Republican was just talking about. 7 or 8 of them all had the same lines. I'm ready to do the job on day one. I'm going to tear up the Iran deal on day one. I'm going to end ACA on day one. You know what I mean? And those are all Obama. And it's like, there's going to be no fucking wall. We're going to get a path to citizenship. DACA is going to be enshrined into law, and I'm going to have it done through Congress so it can't be undone. These are going to be the planks, all just references to Trump, right?
You're right, Paulie, but I've seen a recent study that says 2/3 of Americans, it doesn't matter if you're left or you're right, support stronger immigration control. Right.
Well, that's why I think what they're going for, I think they're going off the Bernie platform of 2016. That's why I said they're going to try to outmarx each other. They're going to, okay, we're going to go after the millionaires. We're going to erase college debt. We're going to make sure that you can feed your family on one job. That was part of what, because when Harris, this isn't the only thing she said. She came out with, let me find it and read it here. Where's that?
But who was it that said back in the fucking 90s or 80s, it's jobs stupid? Who
Bill
said
Clinton.
that?
No, it was the economy stupid. And it was Clinton, yeah.
It's the economy stupid. Now, I'm in the Rust Belt. I don't know how many of you guys are in the Rust Belt, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, all that shit. Jobs are slowly starting to come back. And how are you going to get these blue dog Democrats back on your side? How are you going to do that? And it's taxing the whatever.
That's the problem. You're missing it here. They don't think that's what they need. They think that the country has turned that far. They bought into this nonsense that Bernie was so popular. They really have, and they think that. And with AOC winning because she is a fucking Bernie disciple.
Yeah.
But I mean. Where's it? She called, this is the report on Harris. She called for healthcare and educational fundamental rights and all Americans, along with universal pre-K, to get debt-free college. I mean, they're all basically running on this is what I'm going. This is what I'm going to give you guys. I'm going to give you so much.
Right, but when it's a war of delegates. In our system, how are you going to win it when Pennsylvania and Ohio are big swing voters? Like how do you? What is your plan other than California and New York at this point? Like,
well, that's the problem.
Not a strategy.
But no, I'm telling you, they're looking at what happened in 2016, and they're thinking, "Look how close Bernie came to it," and they're not paying attention to the fact that Bernie came close to it in the Democrat primary, not in the general election.
That's what I was saying. They think that everybody is as far left as they are.
Yes.
And they think that's the direction we need to go, is further left. Because they honestly believe all the media hype that everybody hates Trump. And if you get out to the middle of the country, that's just not true. He's very popular because, like Good said, jobs are coming back to a lot of these areas.
A lot, yes.
I'm kind of like losing the plot that you guys are trying to describe here. Who's they are buying into the media hype? Because just this
the Democrats, the DNC,
and what evidence do you have of that?
Well, it's the center left moving. It's the center left moving farther left, like Tim Pool. I don't know if you guys watch any Tim Pool videos. He's a lefty. He's a center left guy, and he is literally like choreographing like all this, the far shit to the left that modern day middle America is not going to fucking agree with.
I'm going based on what we've seen so far of the people running the media hype given to like Harris today, and how excited people are because Bernie's going to run again, and how much attention Warren has gotten so far.
And that's what I was driving at with this point. Like, it's that there's a bunch of media hype around leftist stars because, hey, there's a whole bunch of progressive liberals, borderline commies in fucking media. Shocker. It's like, does AOC actually have any authority or cachet up in Congress? And the answer is no, she doesn't. Why do they never shut the fuck up about her then? Because they're just in love with the idea. Why did Bernie carry all of the fucking TV time that he did when Hillary was crushing him strategically behind the scenes through the DNC? Because they loved him. Well, that's the media. So when you're saying that, like, they are falling into the media hype, I don't know. It kind of sounds like you guys are buying the media hype.
What about that?
Who's making the argument that's right outside of California and New York? Who's buying that shit?
Well, what about Donna Brazile putting out in her fucking book how the fucking DNC pushed Bernie out of the fucking platform? Completely. Like, I captured passages of that. Listen, I know I'm a little hammered here, but how Donna Brazile, I captured a little bit of like the audio portion of it, how they push Bernie, which is bullshit. I don't agree with Bernie whatsoever. But in a democratic republic society, which we kind of sort of live in now, that's what we're forced to deal with. The Hillary Clintons and the fucking or who was the fucking chick with the weird hair, how they push Bernie out of every process involved.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz,
Debbie Wasserman Schultz. But Bernie had a great ground swelling of grassroots.
But he was going to lose anyway. He was. Hang on.
Sure.
Polly's right about it being the press who pushed up Bernie. He was going to lose, even if you take away all of the underhanded stuff the Democrats did, how they kept him out. He was going to lose anyway.
But what's the press? Because all I ever seen was Clinton. But however, when you look at Bernie, when you go out to speak, there'd be, thousands and thousands of people, and you flash forward to Hillary Clinton, it'd be like 1,000 people, and they would do those real close pan-in shots, so they didn't have to do the wide angle. However, when you go to Bernie, it was like an old school Ron Paul rally, right?
But okay, let's say you got 5,000 people to go to a Bernie rally,
sure,
and only 1,000 people to go to a Clinton rally. That's because there were a whole lot of people going, there's no reason to go to this. She's going to win.
Maybe
she was kicking his ass up and down. And through the election, you might be right, especially CNN. CNN loved them some Hillary. Mm-hmm. But there were so many articles about how dirty the DNC was being to poor old Bernie that maybe Bernie would have a chance if it wasn't for those super delegates. The super delegates were fucking irrelevant. He got his ass kicked. Now, Polly, to your point, I think that the DNC and maybe it's not the DNC, maybe it's just the people who are throwing their hat in the ring, and I'm projecting it a little further than I should. But if you look at the people who've thrown their hat in right now, we have people with their announcements and everything that are trying to be Bernie Sanders. They're trying to go as far left as they can.
Right.
I agree, but there are some 400 declared candidates right now.
Well, serious candidates we have about
right. So
6.
When you cut it down to that, right? I hear what you're saying, but it's like, imagine what some of the true nut bars are saying. And I hear you. Some of them are thinking I can ride off of this, like ride off of the success of saying I was a presidential candidate and nothing more than that. But what's the hope of actually going far enough along to say I was a serious contender? You know what I mean? It's like, well, the best way to do that is to talk about some Bernie stuff. Like you're saying, like some far leftist stuff, but is it actually going to be successful?
Right.
I don't think that. I think Kamala Harris may have serious designs on, heavy taxation, increasing taxes, reviving parts of ACA, et cetera, but she's not going to campaign on them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Paulie. And Monday Matt in the chat, I'm not a fan of Monday Matt, but you make a really good point. He says, she wasn't kicking his ass up and down. It was the Southern, yes, but many states But in many other places, God, no, at Ranting Monkey. Yeah, in the South, Hillary Clinton was a brand recognition. Like, that's all she really had was the Clinton name. She was not as popular as Bernie Sanders. And I'm not a Bernie Sanders fan by any fucking stretch of the means, but I think he's right. Clinton rode on the fucking name of the Clintons.
Well, okay. Right? That's neither here nor there. Like this for me, like the success of Hillary Clinton, because it's like she was Secretary of State and then had the entire media dragging her along and repeatedly describing her as the most experienced candidate ever to run for office.
It's the Bill Clinton name. You're right.
She beat him by 1,000 delegates.
Yeah, but
1,000 delegates.
Who was running that part of the platform, though?
That doesn't make people vote one way. James Colley, thank you. Did you see on 60 Minutes the former CEO of Starbucks is considering a centrist left? Yeah, I saw that. He's considering a run for president.
Yeah. Good.
He is, yeah.
Well, buddy.
I got a question for you, Monkey, Paulie,
sure.
And you other guys. How much do you think? Sure. How much do you think like running as a politician relies on your name and your brand?
Well, it depends. It depends. You can have a major name and look at Jeb Bush, man. He was one of the first out. I mean,
right. But Trump kind of annihilated him. Trump had a bigger name than Jeb Bush.
Not in politics.
Not in politics, but in the general ethos of everything.
It's important. You have to get your name out there. You have to make a brand for yourself. But when you're starting out, it's not that important. It's building it up that's important.
I agree completely, because what's his name? Jimmy Carter was repeatedly described as the simple peanut farmer. And he had a lot of experience before then, political experience. But yeah, he was a former peanut farmer. But yeah, he built it all from the campaign time up. Yeah. You know what I mean? It has more to do, in my opinion, than anything with timing plus how you run your campaign.
Right. Yes, I would agree.
Because Jimmy Carter ran, look at the time he ran, and then that's the way you understand how he got elected. Post Watergate, Ford and all them, oh my God, they elected the counter of that. And then Carter during, the gasoline depression and the energy crisis and all the shit that was going on there. And then they elected Reagan, which was like the anti-Carter. You know what I mean? You see George W. Bush, and then you see Obama, and then you see the pendulum swing back and forth. Yeah, you can understand that. You can understand it better through timing than through cashing in on name recognition.
So you think you think like every vote is a counter vote, which I would not agree with you, because I mean,
not necessarily vote is a counter vote. Hang on 1 second.
Super chat. Yeah.
James Colley, thank you. Centrist run, and Bernie is getting the sympathy vote. And Diesel Dave says, Ranting Monkey, apparently I'm not allowed on any more super chats tonight. Oh, dude, you can just hang out in the chat with us. That's fine too. I do appreciate all the support, bud.
Diesel Dave, man, you can fucking super chat your heart away. However, if you super chat again, I have to read it. Monkey's not allowed to read it. I will read it.
You asked a good question though. It's like, is every vote a counter vote? No. Like in terms of presidents, I make that point to say that it's a lot more to do with timing and the kind of campaign you run.
I don't know.
Than it has to do with anything else. George W. Bush got elected as. George H.W. Bush got elected as a third term for Reagan off of that. There was no desire to change, no need to see a change. So it's not like anybody was counter voting against it. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong, but like social media and like the political engagement at the time was not at the level it is now. So like we all know the pendulum swings. Like Obama got elected because it was the anti-Bush vote. And I really think a large majority of Trump getting elected was the anti-Obama vote. Right. I think in the general consensus of people who are not politically aware, right? They're like, well, fuck Obama, I'm gonna vote for Trump, and it was fuck Bush, I'm gonna vote for fucking Obama.
I don't think that's what it was with Trump. I think it was fuck Hillary.
Yeah, well, there's some segments of the population that
I hear you.
Right.
I think a large part of this, does it not, gentlemen, depend on who the media decides is going to win, like meaning which Democratic candidate they like the most?
Maybe.
When I say the media, I mean everyone but Breitbart and Fox, basically.
But what about Trump? because like,
well, no, but I mean, like they don't want him to win clearly.
No,
so
but
it's like who have they decided is their superstar that they're going to attempt to drag across the finish line?
sure, but they gave him billions of dollars of free advertising just by talking about him.
Unknowingly and unintendedly, they thought he was a clown that they were getting free fucking views off of.
Now, that's a weird thing because they had to have known the Streisand effect. They're the goddamn fucking media, right?
They don't. They don't. That's the part. See, you forget that the media is mostly normies, man. These are people who actually asked one time, who is this 4chan guy?
They're normies. Sure. Totally agreed. Valuable point. Number 2, they're entertainers, and then they're ideologues, and then they're journalists in that order.
Yes. So you think it was just for like
it's so like they're entertainers, meaning views matter, our ratings fucking matter. You know what I mean? Like, why did CNN go so hard to the left? It's not just that they're ideologues. It's not just that Donald Trump personally insulted them, even though that is it in part. It's that upstart MSNBC, it's a name brand progressive liberal channel. Their tagline is lean forward, intentionally sending a message. CNN's like, how did this little upstart bullshit network that's a subsidiary of NBC News, how are they outranking us in the ratings? So they decided we're going to go to war with Trump because Trump gets views. We got this guy into office in part. So now let's get ratings off of him. It's not really working out for them, though.
I think you're 100% spot on, Paulie. I couldn't have said it any better.
Tail, do you have a lot of opinions about our politics over here?
Nope.
You know what? I actually think to kind of like, because we just took a hard turn over to Europe. It's too bad Bear left because I was really curious if there was any updates on Article 13 and what's going on with him and what he was talking about and the potential censorship of not even being able to post and all of that stuff. I was hoping to hear if there was some kind of update because I haven't been following it, but I'm interested.
So because Bear's here, I'm the second best option.
You're the
token
no,
European.
That's Jesus Christ. That's not what I meant at fucking all, man. Oh my God.
Apologize, Polly.
I wish Bear was here to tell us because he's interested in all that kind of thing and does videos on that thing. If only there was someone else here that might be able to answer.
Well, I didn't know Scotsman.
Polly,
thin-skinned by
I would like to introduce you to our other European correspondent, Tail.
I figured it was because this was beneath-tailed.
Well, I am still holding a grudge against Tailed for the whole Munchie Box thing. That was just because
Munchie Box.
What's the problem?
That's the name, right? Munchie Boxes or snack boxes?
Yeah.
Munchie Box, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's because every time I get drunk, I want one, and
I want one of those.
Like, and I see why Scotland might have a weight problem. I understand it, and I'm kind of glad that no one's discovered them here or thought to put them together here.
Jesus Christ! If they did that in the U.S., we'd actually explode.
I showed those pictures to friends of mine. They're like, "What the fuck is that?" And then they're like, "Dude, that's a lot of food." And then I say, "That's a pizza box, man." And they're like, "Oh my God!"
Oh yeah.
Do you know how bad I want a quilt? Oh my God.
Quilt.
Kilt. I'm sorry. That's a quilt.
You're in Pennsylvania. There's a ton of quilts out there.
Monkey kicked me off the stream. But I want to quit. I want to kill.
You heard the man.
It's so fucking bad, dude.
Well, buy one then.
Shh. Let it happen. Hey, Tailed, seriously, do you know what's going on with Article 13 over there?
Right. So the latest on that was that it's kind of been put on the back burner for now. I personally think it's because there's European elections coming up and they kind of want people to forget about it because they've realized how deeply, deeply unpopular it actually is as a policy. So I think they're just going to hang off on it until whenever the elections are. I think it's May or something like that. And then they'll probably just slip it through unnoticed or try to do it unnoticed anyway. But yeah, so it's even if it was implemented right now, or if it was absolutely 100% passed through, the EU is the most bureaucratic nonsense ever. So it probably wouldn't actually take effect for months, if not years, anyway. That's not to say that we shouldn't oppose it anyway, but so that's kind of what the situation that we're at just now.
Yeah, so they didn't actually vote on, or they didn't pass it, right?
Well, it was past a certain stage, but then there's, as I say, bureaucracy. So there's about 3 different sort of levels it has to get past at. So we got past at the first one, no problem. The second one, there have now been some members of the European Parliament have actually been standing up against it. There does seem to be gaining support within the Parliament to actually, if not completely scrap it, at least to amend it in certain ways. So yeah, it's kind of 50-50 at the moment whether or not it'll go through. But I reckon they'll just try and make everyone forget about it and then just put it in through the back door.
Beautiful.
I mean, because Bear was making it sound like it was like he was describing the stages he went through, as I recall last time that I was talking to him anyway, like, which was like what, a week and a half ago or something. And he sounded like he made it sound like a vote was imminent and it was right around the corner for the final stage. Yeah. And so it just recently got put on the back burner, Tail?
It was probably around about the same time that you spoke to Bear about it, to be honest.
Okay.
And I reckon they're just going to put it off at least until the elections are over.
It was a week or so ago, right?
Yeah, I think it did get defeated at a vote, but I don't know quite what this vote was, because there's not a lot of information on what the European Parliament actually do, because it's just so complicated and boring as well, and obviously the media and stuff they kind of support Article 13 anyway, so they don't really report on it very much. But there was a vote, and it did get narrowly defeated, or at least I think there was a vote on whether or not to continue with it immediately, and that got defeated. I think that's what it was.
Prospero says it was, and the Romanian amendments scuppered. Is that
scuppered?
Yeah. Fuck does scuppered mean?
She had mentioned the Romanian amendments causing problems before. Do you know what they are? That's interesting.
No, I don't actually know what the Romanian amendments are, but
scuppered mean?
Scuppered, sort of screwed, basically.
Okay, I thought it was like a different way of saying like scuttled, as in scuttled the ship, But
it is, yes. Sink, deliberately, prevent from working or succeeding, thwart. So yeah, screw.
Yeah. Have you, Prospero? Put your thesaurus down.
And also, well,
I think an American word. God damn it!
I think she's trying to impress at the moment. But thank you for the £20 donation, Prospero.
Oh wow! Wow. Hey, Tail, can we move on to the important things? Like, can we read the Braveheart script?
We are not reading Braveheart.
I was waiting on that.
We got a Scotsman here. Sure.
If you want him to read that, set up your own damn stream.
God damn it. Press 1 in the chat if you want to hear the Braveheart script read out by an actual Scotsman and not Mel Gibson.
You know what? Okay,
press 1 in chat if you think I'm going to let that happen.
Oh, that's so rude.
Speaking of Mel Gibson and Braveheart, I got a beef. Okay. I watched The Patriot a few days ago.
Oh,
good movie.
I like that movie.
Well, this is the thing. Compared to Braveheart, no, it wasn't.
Yes, like this is so much better.
It's America.
I'm a huge fan of the. I'm a big fan of the Revolutionary War period. Okay, we all can't talk at the same time.
I apologize.
We could try.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, no.
I'm sorry.
I'm a big fan of the period. I wanted a Braveheart for the American Revolution, something I can get behind. And I don't know, that movie just wasn't it. It was like, God damn it. It didn't even have Mel Gibson in it. This was supposed to be American Braveheart. What the fuck? I was disappointed. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as Braveheart.
Right.
It was better than Braveheart.
It had Odo in it.
Nothing's better than Braveheart.
Yeah. Didn't have a man running around in a skirt. No offense, Tail.
None taken.
They're
much.
killed.
You've just made an enemy for life.
I saw more 1s and 0s, so evidently the chat wants to read the script.
Remember, I said press 1 if you think I'm going to let that happen.
They think you're going to let that happen. They're mistaken, but they think it.
Oh, they didn't get the sarcasm of my voice.
No, Tailed. I said I'm a big fan of the Revolutionary War period, yet everyone talked and it cut me out.
No. You said I'm a big fan of the period.
Disavow.
So what is it you like about the period?
All the free bleeding, apparently.
Oh, that is so nasty. Free bleeding. Why?
Ew,
You know what I don't understand about free bleeding?
That they fell for it.
No, it's not just that they fell for it. It's that they have to deal with this stuff, right? And they're like, you know what? I'm gonna ruin my pants. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It showed why women shouldn't be allowed to vote, or at least not have their vote count.
Did it?
It did.
Repeal the 19.
Because women are too easily swayed. They're too emotional to vote.
So speaking of women not being allowed to vote, I understand that you took Chris Reagan's side in this little non-argument that he was having with Louis Levi.
Did. Absolutely.
Yeah. Around the suffragettes and stuff, the question he was being asked.
Well, I mean, you can ask me a question. I have no...
No, the question was being asked by Louis Levi to
the question
Chris Reagan, I mean.
Louis Levi made a video where he asked this question of Chris Reagan. Chris Reagan is under no obligation to answer that question. And Louis Levi's answer to that was, you didn't answer my question. He doesn't have to answer your fucking question. He doesn't owe you an answer.
Okay. Did he say that he did?
Yeah, he absolutely acted like he did. Answer the question, Chris. Why didn't you answer the question, Chris? He said it like 5 different times in his follow-up video. Yeah,
okay,
he absolutely acted like it was a like he was entitled to that answer.
Okay, he was acting entitled. Okay,
entitled to that answer. I said.
I'm just fucking with you, Muggy. It's fine. One thing I will not argue with, I will absolutely stipulate to, is that Louis Levi is long-winded and is repetitious. Totally,
very much so.
Yeah, so I make no bones about that. Yeah, absolutely is. But with that said, if you boil down his argument from 43 minutes down to probably the 5 minutes it would have taken if he was
3.5.
Yeah, okay. If he had some sense of brevity. He asked Chris a straightforward question. If Chris didn't want to answer, in my opinion, Chris Reagan makes a video response to somebody that he calls a nobody. He says this some guy, whoever the fuck, on YouTube makes this 43-minute video ranting at me to ask me this question, and I really don't care. I don't care about those things. Not caring is indifference. If you have indifference, you don't make videos. You made a video because you cared. You cared that somebody said something to you. If the guy's a nobody, why the fuck did you make a video to nobody? It didn't make any sense. Why would you make a video response to something you don't care about at all?
I don't stipulate to everything you just said there. Okay. I've made videos to things I don't care about. I just thought it would be funny to make a video response to it.
Did you think Chris's response was funny?
I think Chris was addressing something else, actually. I think Chris was addressing, because he starts out, he says several people, and then he brings up Louis Levi as an example of what's going on.
And the thing he thought he was actually talking about was what?
People who think he's become an SJW because of various things he said, or him not making videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, I think Louis Levi, hey, listen, if I come to you, Monkey, and like, okay, so Monkey, you don't make as many edited videos as you used to, although your last one was rocking. I said so in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not kissing ass. It really was a fucking great video. Anyway, if I made a video, sorry, Taylor, what'd you say?
I said you're sucking dick instead of kissing.
And I appreciate it.
Let's just say that I made a video and I was like, oh, Monkey, you don't make fucking edited videos like you used to. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of like, who the fuck are you to say that? Could be your response or whatever. But why would you, and you make a video in response saying, who the fuck are you to say that? Whatever. Like, I just don't really think that's neither here nor there. I mean, it's like he's busting Chris's balls over a number of things. He's critiquing him over a number of things. It was a response video, an extremely long-winded one, but a response video. You said, I think I heard you say, because I only caught like 15 minutes of the stream when you were talking about this before, that he had no place to say that. I'm sorry, what place does he need? That's what I don't get. It's YouTube. It's a free-for-all, right? Isn't that what response videos are?
Sure.
So Louis Levi wasn't in the wrong then in just making a video to somebody he doesn't really know at all. Like saying,
not at all.
Hey, Chris, you used to be like this. I think you're now like this. You used to make a lot of videos. Now you don't. And I think you're all fucked up when it comes to Red Dead 2.
And I've talked about this many times because I get comments like this too, whether it's you're an SJW because of something I've said on Twitter that somebody didn't like, or because people put together things I've said on Twitter and the fact that I don't make videos anymore. and it's suddenly you become an SJW. And look, you're free to have that fucking opinion. But who are you to make that judgment that I become that? If you listen to the streams I make, I think it's quite obvious I haven't become an SJW. I mean,
okay, if somebody says, okay, you ask a question, who are you to make that judgment? The
But
response,
who are you
I
to
think
make that judgment.
No, okay, and the response would be, who do I need to be?
You know who makes a lot of videos? Me. There's my channel link.
Well, yeah, no one makes more videos than Jack.
Good link.
That's
Good segue there.
Thank you.
And I'm not.
You don't need to be anybody.
Okay, then what's your beef?
So if somebody says something about me that I know is absolutely untrue, I just let it go unremarked.
No, I've seen you do it and handle it in a more I've seen you handle it in your own fucking streams, like in the Monkey in the Morning stream. Somebody says something you don't like, and it's like you go blah 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 blah, blah says so and so. Oh yeah, well, fuck you, and then you move on. Like what?
I think Chris did that. If you watch the beginning of his video, he talks about all of this stuff, about where he started, why he started on the SJW thing, about the fact that for him it was more about how insane they were acting than their actual ideology, because he doesn't give a fuck about their ideology. I know you don't like this. Well, who are you to say it? But I mean, yeah, you don't have to be anybody to say it. You can. Anybody out there in the world can criticize anybody else they want to. Okay. But when you're coming at somebody saying this is what you need to still be doing, I think I mean, you should at least have something other than I don't like the fact you're not making videos anymore, and you made some tweets I don't like, and you ignored my criticism on Red Dead 2.
He's not obligated to do anything. People need to shut the fuck up.
And there you go. He's not obligated to do anything other than
whine a little bit that you're not
deny the fact that he's changed, if he has in fact changed. I don't even know. Like I don't have an opinion one way or another whether Chris Ray Gun has changed. I just find it odd that people are taking sides on what's actually, in my opinion, a really small argument between two guys. Like, okay, so they're making their videos, and I'm surprised people are taking sides on it. That's
you know what
my call.
I've changed? My laundry. There's a link to that channel.
On that note, guys, show your shit in the side because I'm too lazy. Go ahead, Polly. I'm sorry.
For the point, I think Louis Levi has a solid point, and you can see what he's driving at with why are there no black suffragettes in Red Dead 2. Because,
sure,
you know, and for those who don't know, suffragettes were racist as fuck. That's why there were no black suffragettes. They didn't want black people voting. They wanted white women voting. Super chat.
Thank you, James Colley. As far as response videos to nobody, Polly, I remember Monkey made a response video to Teal Deer Cod Gobbler just because he called Monkey a liar. Sometimes shit has to be said in general. Yeah, I actually watched that video about like a month and a half ago. I'm like, I was kind of mean in that one. I still stand by everything I said, but I was a little bit mean. Because you know what? It is, Polly, you said you don't see why people are taking sides, and I don't know why everybody else is. For me, as a creator, as somebody who's gone through this before, it is frustrating to have other people come to you and tell you what you should be doing. And that's why my answer usually when somebody goes, you need to make a video about this, I'm like, you need to make a video about that. If you care that much about it, you need to make that video. I will make videos about what I care about.
You know what? That is a fantastical response. And that's the kind of thing you could handle on Twitter, as opposed to making a video about it and claiming that you don't care when it's clear that you do.
I don't think he cared necessarily.
I meant.
No.
Okay.
But with Chris, and again, I'm not in his head. This is my guess from, my experience versus what I watched on there. Mm-hmm. I'm not so much sure he cared about Louis Levi. I think he used Louis as a everyman for criticisms he's been getting.
Gotcha.
Because I've seen him get this criticism on Twitter several times. Oh, you become an SJW, and I've seen it repeatedly. Has he? I don't know. Maybe Lacey Snatch is that good.
Gross.
Gross. By the way, that reminds me, Jack, I got a meme for you. But anyway,
awesome.
I don't know whether he's changed or not. Like legit, I'm not even trying to like
Sure.
play the fence like I'm some kind of asshole who doesn't. I know, but I don't. No, I have no idea. But I've heard
I'm sorry, Prospero and Chad. Louis was his foil. That's what I think. I don't think it was necessarily directed at Louis. It was just that was the conduit.
I've heard the criticism come at Chris Ray Gun repeatedly over that.
Sure.
I don't know if it's true. Because I just don't follow him. I remember the people that were like took Chris Ray Gun's side were, hey, the fuck does it matter? He doesn't make a lot of videos anymore. And if his opinions are changing, so what? And fuck you, you're just a Sargon ball swinger anyway, Louis Levi. What does anyone care what you think? And it's like, okay, yeah, he's clearly Sargon's little buddy. And what the fuck does that got to do with anything? I didn't, like I said, I don't understand the kind of positions people are taking on this thing. It's can we talk about the Red Dead thing and like how he avoided answering it? And if he didn't, it's like, because I don't really care. Yeah, Chris, you made a whole bunch of fucking videos about SJWs. You clearly cared at one point, but now you're claiming that I don't understand why anyone would care about my opinion because I don't care about my opinion, beyond how nonsensical that statement is. Chris, it's demonstrably not true.
This is something I can speak to. I've spoke about things I really don't care about. I just think it's kind of funny to do so. And then people are like, oh, why do you care so much? Like, I don't. I just thought it was funny. And in this case, when you come to the Red Dead thing, Chris did answer that. He said, I don't care why I don't care as long people make whatever fucking games you want as long as they're fun. That's his position. He doesn't have to care.
Sorry, go ahead.
He doesn't have to care that they didn't have black suffragettes in the game.
Mm-hmm.
He stated his position on this, and in Louis' rebuttals, like, you didn't answer this. Apathy is an answer. You might not like apathy being an answer, but it can be. Richo Goot dropped out about 5 minutes ago.
But we lost him to alcohol a couple of years back.
He slinks out quietly every time. It's not a big surprise.
Yeah, he's in the chat. So
as soon as he left, I was about to say, right, we do Braveheart now.
Oh, that'd be so cruel.
And then tweet at him tomorrow. Oh, good, where were you? We did the whole script, man.
It's a mystery, like the Mothman. And if you like the Mothman, you can go to this channel here that I have
and check it out.
I'm getting good at this.
Jordan says apathy is the easy way out. Maybe. Sometimes you just don't care.
You can't care about everything.
Let's say that Louis Levi possessed a little bit more of the gift of brevity. His argument. Sorry, super chat.
Oh, thank you, James Colley. To be fair, him and Lacey Green have been a couple for roughly 2 years now. Sadly, she is still considered an STD queen.
She still looks like Stewie Griffin.
Look, I think Lacey looks hot sometimes. There's times where it's just like, man, I would love those big eyes to be looking up from her knees.
That's a trap, dude.
I'm telling you, there's times that Lacey looks like she jumps right into the butt stuff.
If she was walking Little White Dog, I would think her and Brian Griffin had come out of the cartoon universe, and there was some sort of shenanigans going on.
That's just hurtful. Just saying. I'm sorry, Polly. We've gotten so far away. What? I didn't mean to cut off your point. What were you talking about?
If Louis could speak a little bit shorter, I think his argument would have been as follows, from what I could deduce from the 45 minutes he was fucking talking. Obviously, you do care about SJW shit and progressive politics being injected into video games. That is evidenced by the amount of Gamergate videos that you made. You make a claim that you only care for video games entertaining. You don't care about what the fuck else is in there. That's bullshit, because Gamergate was completely opposed to that, and you made a whole bunch of Gamergate videos. Now you're claiming that you don't care. And in evidence that you've changed, I'm going to talk about the tweets that you've sent out and how long it's been since you've made a video, and the fact that you refuse to answer a simple question that back in the day, I don't think you would have avoided answering, because you did care about politics being injected in video games. Reference your older videos. So that would be the nice way of making the argument.
And of course, living in a big city turned you into an SJW.
Yeah, there was a cheap shot that was bullshit. I agree.
through neurosis.
Yeah.
If you look at the tweet, that set off Louis Levi, and he says that it's this whole big thing. Okay, fine, but what set you off was that tweet. What Chris says is that people have spent a long time making fun of SJWs for injecting sexism, racism, and I think homophobia into things where there is none. And then he says, and now we're seeing people on the other side doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Seeing things where they are not. Yeah,
exactly. And if that's what he's seeing, if that's what he thinks, I don't see how that's any different for him to go, okay, look, you guys on this side are doing the same thing they were doing, and I find it fucking hilarious. That's not a change in his belief system. That's saying, okay, now you guys are doing it, and you look like assholes.
If anything, that's a more consistent.
I would agree. It's more consistent to look at both sides and say you're both acting like this.
If it's true.
Mm.
Now, granted, in that tweet, he did not give examples.
No, he didn't. When I read it in his video or Louis' video, and then the reconstituted one that Louis responded to his response with, that's what I thought. I thought, what made you write that? I think one thing or some things made you say that, to tweet that out. And I was curious as to what it was, but who knows? No one's a mind reader.
I was getting to the end of your thing. Thank you, James Colley. Monkey's an SJW because he doesn't make videos. Hashtag ducks need jobs too. Kiss my butt. Kiss my whole man-size ass.
Burton Ernie asked a good question. Why do you care so much about something that no one should care about? Because I said that no one cares. I don't understand why people care about this. So why am I talking about it? Well, I have an answer. I don't know if it's going to be a satisfactory one, because I thought it was something that me and Monkey could dodge and parry over, and I'm bored, and I haven't argued with Monkey in a week, and I was getting antsy. So
you know what? And I appreciate it. I did see you in the chat briefly when we were talking about this, but we're coming to the end of it. I think there's part of what happened there that unless you've dealt with it, you'd be like, I don't understand why this is a big deal. But like I said, as somebody who's had people come at me over this shit and be like, suck my whole dick, the whole thing, start at the bottom and lick your way up to the top and then just gobble it down. It is so frustrating when people come in, you've changed, man. Suck.
You know what? I got to say, from my perspective, I've never had that happen, but hearing you describe it, it's like, yeah, suck my whole dick would probably be my response. That probably would be very frustrating. I see what you're saying.
And especially if I get what Louis was saying about Chris's content. But if you go back and watch a lot of it, you'll see the majority of what he's mocking in there is the actions. Yes. You know what? I think he was a little disingenuous in saying he doesn't care and he doesn't care about his opinion. So why should anybody else? Because there are times where you can see he's like, this position you've taken doesn't make sense. But Chris has been pretty consistent all along in saying he's pretty liberal. That has never changed. Him being pretty liberal is not was never the issue. The issue was how fucking insane these people are. How fucking insane they are. That's the fun part of making fun of SJWs. It's not even their positions, because fuck all. I don't give about. I don't want to say I don't care about their positions, because as somebody who's more conservative, it does bother me more. But the fun part of them is how fucking insane they are. That bitch screaming because Donald Trump got elected. I don't care if she's Republican or Democrat. Anybody doing that, that's fucking funny.
But you know what? Jack and I were talking about that the other day, and I said something to him that's like, we all found it funny at the time, but I think we missed what a bellwether it was.
Sure. You know what?
Like, Jesus Christ, I thought it was just a meme and one insane person, but oh my God, she was like echoing the screams and sentiments of way more people than I thought.
Well, like we had scream of 1,000 dying souls.
Well, we saw with that election. I mean, we had fucking college students going back to school and getting rooms with puppies and crayons.
Oh, I mean, and the video that was bad. To me, what was worse was the professor saying, we're under a regime, but don't be scared. Like, wow. Wow.
Like fucking Hitler had literally just been elected. And they were all Jews. No, I mean,
just wait till the Chinese invade and commit some real atrocities.
You're right. I mean, what we saw after 2016, it was bad enough leading up to it. But what we saw, that's why I was so confused by everybody. Like, well, we won all this. The SJWs are done. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? Did you watch what just happened?
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I get what you're saying about, like, you have to be able to laugh at some of this stuff, and some of this stuff is so worth laughing at, but so much of it is not funny. Witness what Bear was talking about and what Sargon was talking about in some of their last videos with the guy who was arrested for a literal thought crime by retweeting a limerick.
God, that was fucking stupid. Did I
not arrested, investigated.
We're about 5 years out from that happening here. The UK is a red flag for us.
Yes, sir. I agree. Like, people are like, oh, that's over there. And I'm like, that's the exact wrong attitude to take.
You know what?
Crazy.
Time out. Like, seriously, Tailed, you are part of the UK, right? I mean, you're Scotland,
yes,
but you guys are still.
Yes, we voted to stay part of the UK. Yes.
Does this shit worry you, man?
Yes. That's why I don't show my face.
That was the most emphatic, honest yes I've heard in a while. Yes.
Real quick, Jar Jar Binks, thank you. Matt's here, Monkey. Come on, Matt. Monkey debate time. We already went over the number of people we had. Matt, you know, I'll have you on some night and we'll debate something. But we're at 5 right now.
Can I just talk a little bit about not the Monday Matt thing? Sorry, Matt, but
I know, please do. Because we look at this over here going, what the fuck? How does you make jokes and shit that probably would get you arrested if they knew who you were.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, part of me, I'm like, oh, come on, I'll be the next Count Dankula, I'll be famous. but chances are it'll just be, it'll be like, oh, just some idiot Scotsman said a rude word, and oh well, there's another one. He's just trying to be like Count Dankula, so we don't care.
Well, see, that's why you got to get arrested for leaving your gardening stuff out.
Wait, what?
Potato peeler and. The sharp objects laws.
Yeah, right now.
Talking about that police department there. Look at what we found on our raid, and there was fucking gardening. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yes, look what we found, this butter knife. OMG. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Did you guys see? Well, I'm assuming you did see, because everyone's been, quite a few people have been talking about it. The guy that got called at his work for a non-crime.
Yeah. Real quick, Dax, I'm gonna leave you in charge for a minute. I'll be right back, guys.
So it was rather terrifying, especially because the guy that was contacted by the police, it wasn't even his local police force. Why it was that police force that contacted him, I have no idea.
That's beyond baffling, and that was the point that a few people had made in their videos, and we're talking about on Twitter. It's like nobody was connected to it. The person who wrote the limerick, person who retweeted it. Why are you involved? Is this where the funding is? Is this where the nexus of the thought police is operating out of? What the fuck?
That's actually more frightening, because not only are you being watched by your local cops, but cops that aren't even associated with you or in your jurisdiction are keeping an eye on what you have to say.
Yeah, I mean, that was the whole thing with Count Dankula's arrest. There was no complainant. The police acted on their own, of their own volition, just to basically make an example of him. But then for him to take it to court, they had to find somebody who was offended. That's just, what the hell? It's such a terrifying concept. So yes, I am quite scared on occasion. I despair more than get scared, to be fair.
Maybe you can explain the thing that threw me as much as like the out of jurisdiction police involved for whatever the fuck reason. According to him, they said, well, did I commit a crime? And he said, no, you didn't, but this is being recorded as a hate incident. What does that mean?
That's a very good question. So they essentially have sort of I suppose what you call it, a subset of well, it's not laws, that's the thing, it's not actually in law, but it's almost like, well, you're just on the cusp of doing something illegal, so we're gonna contact you and make sure that you don't do it again. And I reckon, I mean, this might be a little bit conspiratorial, so and I don't have any evidence to support this, but my hypothesis on this is that this will become, these sorts of things will become against the law, or at least that's what they're going to aim to do, to implement this as law. And then, they've already got a kind of database of people who have previously done these misdemeanors, if you like. They've got a database of them all already, so they're the first people that they're going to start watching, essentially. I don't know if they would retroactively start arresting people or fining people for things that they said, because if they did that, then that would be A, extremely unfair, B, completely unethical, and C, just, well, it would be impossible to do, because how far back would you have to go? So
they said it's being recorded. The first thing that sprung into my mind was recorded where? In Her Majesty's hate dossiers?
No, I don't. Your permanent record. See, it's what the Stasi did. They would start a file on every person. And
that's what I mean. Like, this is
you did is recorded there. If
endless Stasi dossiers on everybody. That's fucking frightening.
Like, yeah, it should be frightening. It's terrifying.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I would, if heaven forbid that I get a knock at the door and it's from the police and they say, "Oh, we heard that you said a bad word, or you said something derogatory, or you made a joke, or you even retweeted something that we don't like," I would say, I would probably say the same things that the other guy said. He went, "Right, have I committed a crime? No." Well, I'd be very tempted to tell him to fuck off, immediately. But the other thing was, I'd say, right, okay, so I take it this is going to be recorded as, a hate incident or whatever. I'd have to say, well, where is this being recorded, and for what purpose?
Real quick. Monkey is very thankful, James Colley. The only thing I learned. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But thank you. The only thing I learned from the Dankula issue was I want to pay him to train my next dog.
Well,
just saying.
He is looking for
Dankula the dog whisperer. Yeah, what's going on with him? Didn't he just get denied his appeal?
Yeah, he did.
Really? Didn't hear that.
Yeah, but there's that was to take it to, I can't. It's very complicated. There's loads of different courts and stuff, but he got his the way that he was going, the direction he was taking, that one got denied, but there are other avenues, so it's still not over. But I'm starting to think that you might need to do another fundraiser. But I don't know if you saw what he did last night. I don't know if you guys saw. It was pretty bad, right? He was streaming playing Resident Evil on Twitch.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. I just hit my mic. Sorry.
That's right. And he'd said something earlier on Twitter, because Owen Jones was basically talking shit about him from behind a block, right?
Real quick, Owen Jones is a cocksucker. Just gonna throw that out there. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, he literally is, because he's gay, but
I don't mean it in the good gay kind of way.
No,
I know. He's a fucking cocksucker kind of way.
He's a cocksucker in every sense of the word.
Owen, I'm American, so fuck off. I can say it.
Actually, I'm going to say it as well. Fuck you, Owen Jones. You're a cunt. So yeah, basically, Owen Jones has been talking shit about Dank from behind the block and everything. So Dank tweeted out, I want to set up a fight between us, and he said, "You can bring your dad," right? Which is quite a common thing to say in Scotland. It basically means you're too much of a pussy to fight by yourself. You can bring your dad to help, right? What Dank didn't know was that yesterday Owen Jones buried his dad's ashes.
Oh no! No!
Right? And obviously, someone sent this to Owen, And so Owen was just like, "Oh, see, he's a horrible person," and all this kind of thing. And Dank had to come out and apologize. When I honestly had no idea because I'm behind the block. I didn't know. I'm really sorry, but it was a big fucking yikes moment.
Oh man, nice.
Yeah. So, but we were all on the stream going, "Man, you should take that tweet down." This is what, and he was like, "No, fuck off, man, fuck off. This isn't true. You're just winding me up." And then he was like, "Oh, hang on, I'm actually gonna have to check this out now." And he checked, and he was like, "Oh."
Well, to be fair, he could blind Dankula with a fistful of his dad.
Oh, Jack.
Well, that was why I said, Dank, if you tweeted that a day earlier, then technically he could have brought his dad.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Real quick here, some people said some things regarding like dossiers and such, and as it relates.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, not at all.
I need a bit of lighthearted relief after.
In the U.S., Rich 8181 says the NSA does that here also, and then Jar Jar Binks says, "Isn't that what the CIA does down here as far back as the days of J. Edgar Hoover?" Okay, the NSA does do that, and it's illegal, and they had to run through all kinds of bullshit and fuckery to pretend that's not what they were doing. And then James Clapper, then Director of National Intelligence, went before Congress and lied and was never indicted for having perjured himself, saying we do not collect individual information. It was all about all we're collecting is metadata, yada, yada, yada. The whole point is, yes, they were, but there was a whole kerfuffle around it, and they had to go through all kinds of fucking garbage just to be able to have access to people's telephone communications and so forth and so on. It wasn't as outright as a police officer outside of your jurisdiction just giving you a call and recording you and just willing to tell you, yeah, fuck you, we're recording it. Like, it was, there is a public outrage, and it made the news, and it had congressional hearings involved in as a result because of that. And Somali region says Facebook et al. Already has Stasi-esque dossiers. That's what they sell to third-party companies. They could just as easily sell that to the police. Well, unfortunately, they already do. That's where the police are buying their information from. That's where fusion centers are buying their information from the public market that's available to anybody. When you have your information set
Gutenberg,
up,
fuck you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
when you have your information like that sold up and into info packets, it is sold to law enforcement and intelligence services. They're buying it on the commercial market the same way that any advertiser is. So when people say things like, I don't care, I'll tell Facebook whatever I want, I'm not doing anything wrong. It was never about you doing something wrong. It was about an essential respect for your own privacy and not having you put in a fucking dossier because a bunch of fucking tech companies and Silicon Valley fucktards thought that they could make a few fucking pennies off of your address, your names, your friends, your license plates, your birth date, and what you fucking wanted to buy for your wife on Valentine's Day, and end up selling it to an intelligence fusion center.
Yeah, Eve, I saw my Streamlabs. I was just waiting for Scribe over here to shut up.
Sorry.
Chaos Eve, thank you so much. You think that's bad? Check what they're doing in China. They're blacklisting people from getting jobs just for disagreeing with the government. Yeah, you know, and sorry, Polly, I was just making a joke there. You're allowed to rant as much as you want to, my friend.
I hear you.
I wonder how long it takes until this hits the U.S. or if it ever does. We had that U.S. Supreme Court. God damn it, my brain has just fucked me. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me try that all again. 2 years ago, we had the decision from the Supreme Court that said flat out hate speech does not exist here in the U.S. But even since then, we've had politicians, major politicians, talk about hate speech over and over and over and over again. And I wonder how long it is until we get the British or even the worst Chinese version of speech to where, yeah, you can't get a job because one time you made a joke that they've decided is unacceptable. It's hateful. And go ahead.
It looks like we're about 5 years behind Europe on these things, but I think we'll be more likely to have the social credit system instilled because it's a little more communist oriented, and that seems to be the way that things are going around here. That whereas, like, you know, oh, you can't apply for this job because, you know, you've got this long track record of saying bad things. I don't think it'll be as heavy-handed as what's going on in Europe. I think they'll do it a little more sneaky.
Sam says at that point, civil war must ensue. I'm not sure I disagree with you. I cannot believe how many Americans are running around talking about limiting speech. It is fucking disgusting to me.
And it's frightening too, because there are a lot of people out there that see this as a threat to their safety, and because they know if they can go for speech, they'll definitely go for their guns. And we're going to have some John Browns. That's inevitable.
You know, it's funny you bring up John Brown. Sorry, I've used up my talk time for the next 10 minutes. Go ahead.
No, you did not. Stop it.
Don't beat you. I mean, no, I just think that there, even if we are not headed for civil war, there's enough people that think we are, that something is going to happen, whether it's a localized bloodbath or some sort of domestic terror thing. That's what has happened historically. That's what will happen again, because people don't know their history. Timothy McVeigh was the same way. He was a crackpot, and John Brown was one of those people that thought he was going to set off a rebellion and free the slaves. He really thought that. He believed that. And a few years later, he might have been right.
Thank you, James Colley. And I'm not even sure how to take this. Sinatra equals decaf scribe and Polly equals dark roast scribe.
Sorry, Jack. That's what I was laughing at. That struck me as really funny. I wasn't laughing.
I'm sure there's some innuendo in there. If you look.
And I don't know if you meant dark roast like as in the coffee, or you're double entendring to the over caffeinated thing, but it was great. That was great.
I think if they implement a lot of the things that are going on in Europe or in China here, we will end up in a civil war. And it won't be like the last time where it's like clear division of lines. It'll be more civil unrest type, where there's like cells of people around the country fighting it out.
Well, we've seen the first chipping away of freedom of speech. We saw it in California. We saw it in New York. With laws, the California law was about old age care. If you worked in an old age home, you're not allowed to misgender. That is chipping away at free speech, and I don't know if that's been challenged yet, but it desperately needs to be.
You know how people with, is it dementia or Alzheimer's? I can never remember. They obviously their memory goes, and then they can recall things from their their childhood and their adolescence really, really easily, but not things that happened 10, 20 years ago. I have to wonder if all the non-binary snowflakes and everything will revert to their original gender if they have dementia when they're older. And people say, so, I always thought you were a woman. Nope, always been a man as far as I can remember. I wonder if that will happen. People just revert back. That was funnier in my head.
Is there a German and a Scot talking shit about the Irish in my chat?
Well, I was talking a little bit of shit about it.
That'd be nice.
So it's one of my funny my favorite things to say is about the Irish potato famine. Imagine starving on an island surrounded by fish.
Shut up. Those were my ancestors, damn it. At least mine were smart enough to come here.
Ooh,
I'm just saying.
Well, actually, my ancestors were involved in the Highland clearances, and yes, most people from the Highland clearance village that mine were in thought that America, Canada, South Africa, New Zealand were better, and mine were like, nah, we'll just move a bit further south.
I would love to visit the homeland sometime. That's never going to happen because putting me on a plane would be a bad idea these days.
We'll just put you on a catapult instead.
Yeah, but I do come from Irish heritage. Irish and Indian. That's a weird combination.
That is.
American Indian, not.
Oh,
hello,
right.
How are you today?
No. I was expecting. I am William Wallace from tech support.
Yeah,
so that's harking back to like one of the first ever streams that I did on YouTube, but it was just that funny. It was it was around the whole Braveheart thing. It was Gutenberg trying to do a Scottish accent, and Bear was just like, "No, you sound like an Indian," He's like, I am William Wallace from tech support. How may I help you today?
Oh my God.
Good times.
Man, it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's
and I'm
nearly
not tired
nine
yet.
in the morning. It's time for me to actually do something with my day. What a joke! I'm not working, so I'm not doing anything.
We have a blizzard coming in here. I peeked out the door when I stepped away, and the snow's not coming yet, but that wind is. It hit my nipple like 1,000 shards of glass, man.
Yeah, we're getting the snow now.
Like 1,000 lady monkey thumbs.
Yes, exactly. Like worse than any nipple stream we've done. I don't like the cold. Fuck the cold. I want to move south.
Is that your Indian blood then? Is it rather than your Irish blood?
What, that hates the cold? Yes.
Pussy.
Well, we don't want to be. You don't want to be in a fucking blizzard in a teepee wrapped in a blanket that has smallpox on it.
No, but I'll wear a kilt in the snow.
Dear Lord. Okay, we're gonna hit up our hashtag. Max.
That would probably be at MIT AM.
That would be. That is the hashtag MIT AM over on the Twitter machine. Don't let those damn One Direction bastards have it back. They're trying to steal it from us.
Wankers.
This one comes from Frosted Glass and it's from The Guardian. If young women are dying of shame about their bodies, we need to rethink. Are they actually dying of shame?
No, it's called obesity.
Oh my God, here's the first sentence. God, I miss pubic hair.
Wow. Start as you mean to go on.
Wow. During a recent bonding session with my teenager, we watched Carrie together. What is shocking now about the 1976 horror movie is not just how brilliant it is and brilliantly short, but also that opening shower scene. All that pubic hair on the teenage girls. Sweetie,
What? That's really wrong.
She thinks she's looking at young women's crotches and thinks it's wonderful.
Now hold on a second. Did I hear you guys talk about the Braveheart script?
Go to bed, Gutenberg.
No, hold on a second there, Scotsman. Go
to bed, Gutenberg.
Monkey, she might be like an English teacher. So that's why she's studying all these nubile, naked young bodies.
I feel like that's the wrong way to phrase this. Hang on. Love you, Goot. Go to bed. Thank you, James. Johnny Hellcat. Shame equals deep fried butter soaked Twinkie. Yes. If you've ever had one, I don't like those. They're not that good. James Colley, thank you. Sorry, women, your vote doesn't count. All that pubic hair on the teenage girls. Where has it all gone? I wondered as my daughter shifted uncomfortably in her chair. You're watching a naked shower scene with your daughter.
That's how porno starts.
That's how the wrong kind of porno starts. Gutenberg with the sad face. We moved on and you were disrupting. Plus you're drunk. Go to bed. You were drunk. Go to bed. I thought about it again, reading about why so many young women are reluctant to have cervical smears. The latest statistics are alarming. The worst for 21 years. Only 71.4% of women in England who should be screened are getting tested. Between the ages of 25 and 49, women should have a smear test every 3 years, and currently only 69.1 do. That's different than the number you just gave us.
Also, who's actually shaming women for all these things? Is it just the random person on the street, or is it the feminists?
Well, this is what I'm wondering, because let's pay attention to the story so far. She wonders where all the pubic hair goes, because apparently everybody's shaving their pubes now, and then she takes it to cervical smears, and apparently women aren't going to get smears because they have pubes.
See, this is why fucking everybody at HuffPo got fired. Fucking
Pretty much.
Just for Gutenberg, Tailed, will you read what Gutenberg just wrote?
All right, I wasn't even looking at the chat. Is it that one word? By any
It's
chance?
that one word.
Okay, freedom. There. Okay, sorry. He said freedom. Is that better?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
I know he's just gonna go fuck you, too. Fucking piece of shit. Because that's how Gutenberg speaks.
Why did I connect pubic hair with this health issue? When asked why they won't have a smear test, many young women talked about being judged. All right. Okay, I've never been to an OBGYN. I have to ask this. When you guys go in there and you put your feet up in the chair, does the doctor go, Jesus Christ?
Usually they just tell me to get out.
I was going to say you're asking the wrong people here. Like,
well, there's women in chat. That's
yeah,
who this was directed at.
No. All right. Okay. Yeah.
So, ladies,
this is actual mansplaining going.
Yeah. No. Ladies in chat, press 1 if you've ever sat down in the chair for your test and the doctor's ever gone, like huffed or made any kind of thing to make you think he was like disgusted by your cooch. Press 2 if that's never fucking happened to you. I'm curious.
I'm sure inwardly they're revulsing at every one that they see, especially from the land whales.
Yeah, well, they've seen some shit, man. Those guys are in the trenches every day, seeing
no shit.
Probably a dozen different. Yeah. Well, what do you call it?
That's no. I've just never heard it being called that. That's all. That's
It's
very emotive.
They have seen lips that can be tied together.
Yeah, they've seen it all, man. From the nice firm ones to the big sloppy ones that like you can hear the ocean through.
To the beef curtains.
They feel the need to be waxed or shaved. They worry about their vulvas and vaginas will not smell or look right. They feel embarrassed and awkward and frightened, to which one can only say, look, the doctor and nurses really have seen it all before. That's what we were saying. They should have look.
There's only one thing I'm going to say, and that is man up.
Exactly. You know what? You just talked about mansplaining, but didn't we mansplain it before this bitch told us?
Yeah, we did.
We hit it on the nail on the hammer. Hammer on the nail. Whatever. I mansplained that backwards.
Just don't give money. There we go. I fucked up now. Never mind.
We're all fucked up here on Monkey in the Morning. Thank you for coming by.
I need more coffee.
Evil One says, Ranting Monkey, I have a friend who is a gyno and he said he wants nothing to do with pussy now. There's a great scene in Friends, actually, where Rachel's hitting on a gynecologist and he asks her, he goes, well, what do you do? And he says he has trouble dating. She goes, why? And he goes, well, what do you do? And she goes, I'm a waitress. He goes, okay. He goes, have you ever got home at the end of the day and you're just like, if I see one more cup of coffee? And I imagine that's what it would be like for that first day of being a gyno would be like awesome. And then by your third day, you're probably vomiting over some of the stuff you see. And by the end of the first year, you're like, I'm gay now. Adibisi, thank you so much. The girl I was talking to says only the female nurses are judgmental of female bodies. Well, that stays with what we know about females.
Well, yeah, because I mean, on Saturday there, I went out with some work colleagues, and they were all female. And they were all just, actually talking about feminism and stuff. And I was sat there just kind of having a smile and nod or just eyes glazed over. I was the only guy there. But they were the ones that were looking around the pub that we were in going, what the fuck is she wearing? And they were just really, really bad. They were just like, what? She looks like a total slut and everything. And I was like, you're total hypocrites. Total hypocrites.
Well, everything I've learned about gynecology was from Japanese pornos, because there's a whole subgenre called gynecological exam. And it's very enlightening because mostly from what I could tell, gynecologists just have sex with their patients.
And are there any tentacles involved?
Shockingly, no.
Oh,
but
I'm not watching it then.
Are these female doctors? Because I might watch.
Sometimes, usually they're male doctors.
Yeah,
sometimes like boyfriends or whatever join in. but sometimes the nurses get involved. It's a whole thing. There's a whole sub, genre of it, and it's very interesting because it looks like it actually takes place in a medical office. And I was like, man, I gotta hang out in Japan more.
Do you know where Jack is restricted and prohibited from speaking about his sexual kinks for Asians?
Where would that be?
On Comic Book Curation, and you can find the link right there in the channel.
Back to the article real quick. There are two conversations going on here at once. We have a culture of sexual openness, hookups, free bleeding, and jokes about vaginas in public. Do we really have a culture of free bleeding?
No.
I hope not. Gross.
Considering it was a fucking... Oh, wait, no, that was free pissing, wasn't it? The 4chan thing.
Free bleeding was a 4chan thing, too.
Remind me, where are you reading this from? Where's this? What's
this? This is from The Guardian. I'll throw the...
Oh, it's from The Guardian? Jesus
Shocker.
Fucking goddamn Guardian, man.
There you go.
There's a place that needs a mass firing. I mean, good fucking God.
Okay,
no,
so...
BBC first. BBC first. I got to remember that.
At once here, we have that culture of sexual openness, hookups, free bleeding, and jokes about vaginas in public. At the same time, female bodies are still dirty, troublesome, and never perfect enough.
Oh, fuck.
According to women.
Yeah. The situation is confused by the insistence that the word woman itself is problematic for parts of the trans community. How did they get brought in?
Well, they got to work them in somehow. It's like a requirement.
Shoehorned.
They haven't even been mentioned in this article yet.
Intersectionality doesn't matter. You just got to shoehorn everything in. Weave it in like a tapestry.
Remember, if they bring it up and you criticize anything else they say, you're a transphobe. It's exactly.
A tactic. Even Cancer Research UK talks about anyone who has a cervix needing to get tested. A usage it defends on the basis that transgender men are at risk of cervical cancer. They are.
No,
they fucking are.
I'm still baffled by her assertion that young women are afraid that they'll be judged for blah, blah, blah. Listen, I can understand if you're a young woman afraid of judgment, but seriously, where are you getting that from, that that's the reason they don't go for gynecological exams?
Probably from The Guardian.
Look, we need to stop and talk about this for a minute. Look, if you are a trans man, you do need to get checked for cervical cancer. You just do. Just like if you're a trans woman, you need to have your prostate checked. Period. Those are medical issues.
No, biology is magic.
I can't believe I'm reading about this in a fucking article where they're talking about people not getting checked enough. Are you out of your fucking mind?
I mean, if they really are, the gender that they say they are, then they have to go the whole hog. They have to properly get checked out.
Monkey, I'm afraid your semi-transphobic statements are going to get you a call from some police department nowhere near where you live.
Humberside police are already trying to find your number.
We're calling from Auckland, New Zealand. We heard that you said something.
You know what? I really do. There's that one UK police site that always talks about how they're tracking down online crap on online hate. And I'm always like, go fuck yourself. I'm an American.
I say, go fuck yourself. I don't care.
I'm gonna go throw some tea in the water in a minute here, so it'll be like some Lipton, just for good measure. Little reminder.
Shite tea. Right.
Yeah.
Do people just like retweet back at them the addresses of various mosques where radical imams are located?
No, we can't do that. Racist.
Actually, something I was going to mention. Sorry, I'm going back a little bit, but tomorrow I'm actually going to a hate crime consultation, and a couple of people have asked me to ask a few things, basically quoting things from the Quran and saying, would this be considered hate speech? And then at the end go, well, these are from the Quran, better ban it then. I reckon I would probably be taken out in chains. So.
Yes.
Ask them if a Muslim beats the shit out of the Jew, who's at fault.
Is that a hate incident, or?
I mean, I'm just
cultural
wondering.
Enrichment. They enriched with every blow.
Okay, I have to read this next little part, guys. I'm sorry. All of it makes me feel like we're spiraling backwards. The speculum, once seen as a danger to proper ladies, basically a steel penis, was reclaimed in the 60s by feminists and feminist doctors who set up free clinics. In 1971, Carol Downer, an American feminist, if ever there was a better name,
what are the odds?
Walked into a bookshop in LA, pulled down her pants, and inserted a speculum. She invited other women in the shop to come and look at her cervix.
The shop owner was like, you need to leave.
Why in a bookstore? Oh my God.
And she wonders why she doesn't get invited to dinner parties.
Oh God, what is wrong with women?
Yeah, now you just got to go to Pornhub.com to see the gyno cam.
I think I'm coming around to Monkey's way of thinking about women and voting.
Yeah, how can you not? How can you not?
And leaving the house.
Women began teaching others about speculums and vaginal self-examination and took mirrors to the doctors so they could see inside themselves. It was a radical act. Women's bodies were not objects for others, but belonged to them. You're at the doctor. You're at the fucking doctor. That's not the doctor claiming your body for him. Thank you, Frosted Glass. I want... Does that say farmer?
It does.
I need my glasses. I want farmers/feminist podcast called Surf and Turf. That would be funny. Women, let me talk to you for a minute.
Stop being gross.
Monkey has the floor.
Wash your vagina. If your hair is out of control, trim it or braid it or whatever, and go get your shit checked out. If there is a stink to it, tell the doctor. He might be able to help you fix it. He's a goddamn doctor. He's not going to go to all his friends and be like, man, Joe Bob was here yesterday and her pussy smelled like garbage. He's got other things to do with his life. Okay.
And can you believe it? Her name was Joe Bob.
Joe Bob. That would stand out to the doctor. Look, just go get checked. Stop worrying so much about being an object, for fuck's sake.
I hear you, Monkey. I think you're absolutely right. But if anything, I don't think that this so-called author, journalist, scaremonger, whatever the fuck, is correct on that. And if she is, then your point stands. But I just have to believe. I currently believe that she's not. I think this is just somebody railing. Like, they even brought trans people into it, for Christ's sake. Like, this is just somebody talking. Like, what's the issue that I can come up with today? What's my gripe stone? What axe am I going to grind? I mean, my God, think about that. That article is just fucking senseless. It starts talking about speculum visions in fucking bookstores in the 60s. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's all over the place. This is just somebody nurturing the chip on their shoulder.
Well, Polly, when you're an angry crackpot, you need to do stuff, and that usually involves screaming into the wind. But if you have a journalism degree, you can work for The Guardian.
Yeah, but they don't have journalism degrees. They got romantic history PhDs. You know, like, this is...
Prospero tells us to wash our foreskin. I ain't got none. Thank you so much. And I've never not gone to the doctor because I thought my dick might stink. I just fucking washed my dick.
Yeah, you know what? If your dick did stink, or you felt like, you couldn't go to the bathroom because you couldn't urinate and you felt pain, yeah, no, you'd go see a urologist because you might have a prostate problem. Just fucking do it. Don't be stupid and care whether your ball hair is trimmed or not. What the fuck?
My balls dangle a little bit. I think they'll judge me.
Excuse me, I was wrong. PhD in romantic comedies. It was. That's
yes,
right.
Yes, it was romantic comedies.
Yes.
Like, how safe are you in the world that that's what you worry about? Like, is my bush trimmed enough? No, it's like, am I going to get eaten by a lion? I'm hoping.
No, this is. You know what they've won when these are the fucking lengths of issues that they have to reach for to find an issue. I make this point with atheists all the time. When your primary fucking beef is that the money says "in God we trust" on it, you've won everything that you need to win. Now you're just looking for fights.
Well, that's why the speculum thing kind of bothers me, because, like, we're trying to prevent cervical cancer.
Yeah.
Like, it's a medical tool. I don't get upset when I see a bone saw. It's weird.
As an attempt to own women's bodies. Oh, fuck
No
off.
shit. They realize their bodies are their own.
Oh, it's like chains around my vagina lips. What?
It's oh my god.
Look,
I wish Pop-Tart was here with her 2 daughters. She'd be raging more than any of us.
I fucking hate this. I fucking hate it. You were absolutely right, Polly. This is trying to scare women. And they dress it up as an attempt to calm them down. Fuck off.
That article isn't about women. It's about her and whatever the fuck went on in her life that brought her to the point where she wrote that and thought it was journalism.
It's about the fact her pussy stinks.
No, so all we have to do is get some giant spiders, put MAGA hats on them, and have them carry speculums, and we've pretty much won the day. Patriarchy for the win.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Like
I mean, run back into the kitchen. What were you saying?
It's. I don't know. I'm just going to be repeating myself, I guess. It's like, when you're arguing about, who gets to control the office temperature is sexist. Yeah. You've won. Go home. You've got everything you want when it's coming down to things this minuscule.
Thank you, James. He says, check your DMs, monkey. Yes, you can read on stream. I already read it, so I will read it on stream. A friend of mine, her estranged husband just lost his arm because of melanoma. He did not get it taken care of and
Jesus
in time, and now it's spread to the rest of his body. Ugh. Doctors give him 6 months or less. So yeah, get that shit checked out. Yeah. If there's something wrong with you, go to your fucking doctor. Anything. Yeah.
This is somebody who had skin cancer in their 20s. I can tell you, if you see a mark on your body that's irregular around the margins, by all means, go see your doctor.
This is why,
black folks too.
Yes, exactly.
Don't buy the bullshit. And white folks, no, you're not free from heart conditions just because black folks get them more often. Don't be stupid.
This is why the part about the trans thing pisses me off. Trans men do need to get checked for cervical cancer because they still have a fucking cervix.
Nope. Biology is hate.
Right? Jesus.
Can you deniers?
You know what? And all of the permutations of stuff around transism and all and transphobia and all the bullshit that has never occurred to me before. Now, somebody that has been so saturated with the ideology in and around trans culture and trans thinking and progressivism that they still have a cervix and they don't go get it checked because they don't think of themselves that way anymore.
Yeah,
that didn't even fucking occur to me till now, motherfucker. Like
if you point that out, they will burn you at the stake like Galileo.
Dude, I've been making
burn Galileo with this anyway.
I don't know. I'm just mixing my metaphors now.
You're mixing your history, not necessarily your metaphors. No, I've been making
real. Don't try
read a book.
No,
I have been making the joke for years that with this trans stuff, they've cured prostate cancer. I never thought they would take it seriously. I mean, if you are a trans man or trans woman and you're getting into your 40s, you need to get that shit checked. The same as a man does, because you still have one and it can still kill you if you get prostate cancer and you don't get it fucking checked out.
I'm not kidding. That never even occurred to me before right now that you're pointing out. And you're absolutely fucking right. And I can absolutely see somebody getting so caught up in the thinking because people around them are enabling the idea. It's like, okay, you're presenting as a woman, you're living as a woman, and everybody's treating you as such, and that's great. But don't forget about your fucking health, like in regards to your prostate, etc. Like Jesus.
I don't lie to my doctors about nothing. Because if I go to the doctor, it's because I'm fucking dying or I know something's wrong and I want them to fix it. And if the hangnail I got last week is involved, I want them to fucking know about it. I don't lie to my doctors. And if you go to the fucking doctor and you are trans, whatever, and you don't let them know, you are hurting. You're lying to the doctor. Men and women react differently to a whole host of shit.
Activists on the regular are bringing up this point about lives are at risk. Trans people's lives are at risk, right? And it's always around safety, physical safety in terms of violence being put upon them. They're going to be killed. They're going to be injured, etc. I've never once heard them talk about the medical aspect of fucking safety.
Because
Well, it's like, no, for all intents and purposes, under the law, they absolutely are men. And if you describe them in any other way, et cetera, it's like, how about a way that someone's going to die as opposed to your violent fantasies?
Well, there are some things that you have to medically be aware of because, like, women have heart attacks symptoms in different ways than men do. So you have to know if somebody's like got pain in their foot and they're biologically female, that's a sign of a heart attack. Whereas men tend to get the taste of copper, arm numb, that sort of thing. So it does play an important role to recognize that you're still biologically this gender. But to say that is become a crime or hate crime or thought crime, whatever.
Oh, yeah. And you're not doing transgender people any fucking service by doing that.
Yeah,
Period.
And Reason says it's really
you're doing them a cervix.
It's because it doesn't fit the narrative, and they need trannies to constantly be in danger. Otherwise, there's no cause. Yeah, I firmly believe that makes sense, and I firmly believe that the reason why that language is now being described as violence is because they need to up the stakes to a level where it's absolutely required that everybody pay attention. And violence is something that someone's going to... Violence is being visited upon these people. Really? People were kicking the shit out of them? No, they were calling them names. It's like, well, wait a minute. And it's like, so that's why we want to understand words as violence now, because it ups the stakes, right? And it's like trans people's lives are constantly in danger. Can we talk about how you're putting them in medical danger by not? No, because that doesn't fit the narrative and help.
Doesn't matter. That might make somebody... anyway. I think we're going to wrap it up there, guys. We've been at this for almost 3 hours. So, chat, thank you guys so much for joining us and for the donations to everybody who got them tonight. Thank you. For me, at least, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it.
I don't appreciate you giving money to Ranty Monkey at all. But I'm sure he does.
He just doesn't like Irish people because he's racist.
Yeah, you potato nigger.
Yo, that got heavy fast.
That's
a poger.
Yep, Humberside police are on their way.
They're coming for you. Jack, you're up first. Anything you'd like to shill this evening?
No, I got to go fly out to dig up Galileo and have some Catholics burn him so I can be historically accurate.
Well done, sir. And Tax, anything you'd like to share?
Oh, we'll be on Breakfast with Bear in 35 minutes, almost on the dot, and you're invited, by the way.
Cool. All right. I may be there. Depends on whether or not I go to sleep.
Okay.
Polly, anything you'd like to shill tonight?
Yes. Jack and I, as well as Inquisitor, do comic book curation on my channel. There is the link. We have a good time with it. And then plus we're also... well, I'm definitely going to be putting forward new videos. We pitch comics regularly on my channel. Well, when we do the stream, we do comic pitches. I'm going to start doing fast pitches, little 5-minute videos where I'm pitching individual comics that people should go check out, especially back issues and shit like that. So, what's that? Well, I ripped that idea off from you. I steal things and run off into the night with them. And yeah.
And Tailed.
Yeah, I just put my YouTube channel in the chat because later on this evening, hopefully, if I pull my finger out, I can. There'll hopefully be a new parody song being released, and as I say, tomorrow I'm going to a hate crime consultation thing, which I'm hopefully going to record and do a video on that as well. Yeah,
cool.
I'm going to ask if I can film it, but if I can't, I'll just take audio. So
nice.
I'll keep using it.
I will be on Lords of the Night tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Satsu 2 Cents. And with that, guys, I'd like to thank Gutenberg and Bear, who aren't here anymore. Thank you guys for joining me. And Jack, Dax, Polly, and Tail, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Everybody, we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Letters.
Have a good night, everyone.